so funny. You're so
My
funny.
favorite.
I know. Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Hey there, fellow travelers.
Hello. Oh, they may have caught that.
Yes, every time I put start, I don't know why. You're like, dummy.
Oh, good Lord.
It's like every time I'm like,
We're married.
they can hear what you say. And you're like, blah, blah,
Okay,
blah,
let's
blah,
see. Shut
blah,
up.
blah,
Shut up,
blah,
Mark.
blah, blah,
We're going to
blah,
start
blah,
off the night good. Shut up, Mark. Let's see who's here. Hello, Lori, Andrew, Thomas, Lauren. Katie is here. Michael Mine.
Ronnie.
Purdue, Sloan Mama, Sue.
Don't worry, Purdue. I'm tired too.
Daniel.
Billy Rubin's in the house.
Rubin, Chris Frank is here.
Lori, Nick.
We already got Lori.
There's
and
Sam.
We got Michael. Oh, and
Samantha.
Elise is here. Nick and
hey, Elise.
Sam. Okay.
And
hi.
Tom, I'm glad you got
and
your...
Mark Finley's on. Mr. Dan. Musings at Midlife. Laura.
Ryan.
And Ryan. And
Jocelyn,
oh my gosh. Okay.
you can read now.
I
It's
can read.
amazing.
Y'all, he had this
Katrina.
on teeny weeny.
I don't know.
Hi,
That's
Katrina.
how that thing is. That's how it shows. It's not my fault. I can't control it. It's just nature how it happens. What's up, Peter? Jeremy Seitz is in town. Good to see you.
It's nice to see all of you. Thank you for joining us. So,
For our patron and member and superheroes.
you know, when we do these patrons, members, hi Darian, when you guys all come on, I like breathe this sigh of relief because I know that we can just talk and hang out and have fun together. I feel like when it's the everybody chat, we're like at a club and we're all dancing and trying to have a conversation, but it's loud and obnoxious. But when it's you guys, I feel like we're all sitting around our favorite bar with their best bartenders in the world and hanging out together. So thank you for that.
So that must mean April's working tonight, hooking up Mark and Terry.
Yeah. Hello, Nick and Nick.
Yes, Jocelyn did get a haircut. I got one too. I'm sure you noticed.
I cut about 3 inches off of this mess today. And I kind of polished up the sides too, so it doesn't have the big fat wings coming on.
Yeah, sorry that you don't get to see us in HD. We have our Dell today. I've been teaching my online class. Yeah, let's keep the trolls off tonight. That's why I like this
Lori,
one.
sister, cheers to that.
Cheers to that, Lori. I had my...
Bailey's and chocolate milk. Mark Finley, that sounds like a dang good drink after dinner.
Just put a little ice in there. You got yourself a little, like a little mudslide.
It is a little bit chilly tonight. Hello, Mo. It's nice to see you too. My gosh, it's
Mo.
late for you.
I'm glad we started at 8. It's only 2 in the morning. But you're young. You're fine. You're
Yeah. He's young. He can
You probably
handle
just got
it.
up to like study and stuff. You know, you're like I'm good. I'm
I used
good.
to do that.
I know, like, but you still are young.
Young. How many beers have you had today?
Not as much as you. So Jocelyn forgot we had this today, so she was drinking. I'm like, I watched her. She was drinking like a champ, and I'm like, you know, we have a live feed today. She's like, what? What? And she's like, I wouldn't have drank this.
I haven't drank in
What,
at
since-
least a week.
Sure.
I haven't drank all week. Since we've been home for your mom and dad's, I haven't had a single drink. But you know what happened?
Contract's house.
I did. I had... What? I had 2 glasses of wine. That's not... Okay, well, anyway. So...
Okay, Caleb.
So, I went to Target this week and I got some limoncello LaCroix. By the way, it is the tastiest thing ever because it's... You know, it's not just lemon. It's like lemon with vanilla. I don't know. Anyway, I put that in a glass with some lemon vodka. I had 2 of those, and I'm tipsy.
So, Music at Midnight. I have no Prosecco, so tonight it's an Aperol Black Cherry Propel mix. Actually quite tasty.
Ooh,
so...
Aperol and Black Cherry Propel. That sounds good. Oranges and cherries.
So in the night that Josh forgot that we had some drinks, we were at our buddy's house, and they had Aperol, lime juice, and the champagne of beers, MGD. And
together, like as a drink.
As a drink. Wasn't too bad. I'll stick with my usual Aperol spritz, but it did the trick for me. Thomas Reiser being healthy with his Powerade. Good, buddy. Good. Glad you got your shirt, too. That's awesome.
Daniel is having a maple old fashioned. That sounds actually really good.
So, Produce says, strange, chat works, video does not. Let's see if our video is working on our end.
Is everyone else okay with us?
I don't know if they're okay with us, but maybe the video. Hopefully the video's working. We'll see. We'll see what they say.
We'll out through this. And
Kathy's in the house.
Mark Finley gave himself a haircut. Good Lord, how do you give yourself a haircut? When my hair was really long, like down
when you have
my
as
waist,
much hair, like he has like a full head of hair, so who cares? He can do whatever he wants because he has hair. Some of us.
I love the hair.
Oh, Sue is drinking LaCroix Limoncello as well with my Amaretto Sour.
Awesome. Oh, I don't have any Amaretto. That's a good idea. Hey, speaking of funky cocktails that you make up, which I'm really good at because I bartended for a really long time, and so I enjoy, messing around with the cocktails, which is how I came up with this one. My girlfriend Sandra, who is like one of my very dearest friends, like she's like one of those women, you meet her, you become friends, and you know that the rest of your life she's going to be there for you. She and her husband Charlie are coming up from Savannah, and she and I are going to do, she's like, Jocelyn, I just think that you should make a cocktail for every week. And so she's coming up here from Savannah for the first time ever. And we are going to make lots and lots of cocktails and release one cocktail every week on Simply Jocelyn. So the goal is to make 52 cocktails. And
how long is she here for?
I don't know. With Sandra and I, we can get 20 down in a night.
I know. I'm like, that's like 2 nights?
Maybe not 20.
Well, they're here for a weekend, so that's like a Saturday, most of a Sunday.
Sugar. They're not driving 13, 14 hours. It's 13 hours. They are not driving for 2 days. They're coming up here, and they're going to stay with us for a week. And by golly,
we're gonna show them all the sites that Central Illinois have that are all closed.
The corn and the beans. That's what's going to happen. Peter says I went from hair down to my eyes, maybe a quarter inch long. Oh, wow! From hair down to your eyes to quarter. That's a lot of hair right there. Crazy stuff. I went from hair almost to my waist to hair up to here. It was what did he say? It was 33 centimeters, and I donated it. So if you are ever able to donate, it's a pretty amazing thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I still have it's too old now, but I still have my ponytail from when I had hair down to my butt when I was in high school, and when I went to college, I cut it off and I kept the braid. Andrew's still gonna get a haircut yet. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. Like flop it around. Like, oh, real hair.
Chris is having a Sonoma Pinot Noir.
Nice.
Very nice.
Mr. Dan is doing hardcore with the coffee toffee stout craft brew. Yeah, 9%. Really, it's like 1. It's funny. So when I used to live in Lithuania, they'd have like these little kiosks out. Like, I mean, it was like a shack, and they'd sell nuts and cigarettes and cards and some candy, and then it was just all the different beers. And the beer only came in like the bigger, like the 0.6 liter kind of thing. And they had the normal like extra, Streeter's Extra, which is like, like a Pilsner. And then they had like a dark beer. And then they had Stiprus, which was strong beer, which was like 9 to 12%, depending what day you got it, I guess. And I just remember like you'd pull up there and we're like, hey, we're starting late tonight, so we get like, give me 2 of the strong ones, and then I'll take 4 of the other ones, because you take it home, because you're like, yeah, 2 strong ones. You're like, I'm good.
Brian B.N. Smith Law
hooked us up with some.
You know what those are? Those are beaver nuggets. Let me tell you what's really good with beaver nuggets. Peanuts with some salt. You put these 2 things in your mouth at the same time, and it's pretty dang fantastic. Inside Lauren's brain, I'm so frustrated because the country I live in is still not open. The mayor of my city and 2 other mayors of the city even wrote a letter. I went back to work already.
Went back to work. Yeah.
I want to go back to work already.
Yeah, there's a lot of people right
You're
now.
You're not the only one.
I just want to get back to some kind of semblance of normalcy. And making money again to pay the bills. I mean, because that thing is, you had a couple months where people kind of like, okay, we'll give you a pass for a little while, but now the company's like, look, we gave you your passes, now you got to start doing stuff, and it's tough. So Nick Peterson, I hope if my so plays doesn't raise any red flags in August going through New York, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut. No, I don't think anyone will care about your license plate. The only thing you have to worry about is some places like how Maine was saying, like, oh, if you come in from out of state, you got to have a 14-day quarantine. That might be something there. But the thing is, when you have people that rent cars and stuff like that, the place can be from anywhere. So it's a little different. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. The thing is just things opening up, because on our superheroes on our Facebook page, Darian, our German travel guide, on here, he sent me a link that Germany's announced that they're not going to let non-EU, like U.S. travelers, come in through August, and I was supposed to go to Germany on August 1st, so another thing down the drain. So there are still things getting canceled, but hopefully we're finally getting towards the end of that, because they are opening up to like EU citizens going there and residents, and so they can still get seeing things and doing things, but not everybody's going to get to go. And like Germany even said, like, look, you can travel within, like, Germans travel within Europe, don't go anywhere else. So it's going to be an interesting time for the rest of the rest of the summer and the fall. So
I love that Mark knows when a video is made based upon my hair length. That is something that bugged Mark when I cut my hair. He's like, I'm fine with you doing that, but now if I release stuff, they know it's later. Whatever. We'll just go like this. I mean, stars do it all the time. Pretend I'm a fake star.
Whatever.
Keep shaking your head.
Wow.
All right. So somewhere on there, someone was drinking Amaretto and something funky. Peter was having Jameson's and Amaretto.
Cool word.
I can see how that works. It's just not something I would have dreamt up. So
We got some Jameson. Do we have any? Oh, we don't have the Amaretto.
we don't have. You know what? My mother has a really good recipe for making that. It's called Under the Sink Amaretto. Guess who's going to start that?
No, we're not making under the sink Amaretto.
Oh, you big weenie.
We're gonna make people go blind. And here's how you make it. Here's how you make moonshine. Let me show you.
It just starts with vodka. It's nothing else. I mean, flavors, but
It
doesn't get any like stronger than that.
Sit down.
All right.
Down.
Inside Lauren's
Down.
brain says, I hear there was some sketchy
Down.
stuff with
Down,
Locks
down,
of
down,
Love.
down, down, down,
I
down, down,
donated,
down.
never got my letter I was supposed to get. So I donated. When I cut my hair off, I did it in Paris, and in France there is no. So
Can't sell it.
you can't sell your hair. Like physically, you cannot sell your hair. You can only donate your hair. So if there's a black market, it would be like hard to actually get to. Whatever. I wouldn't know anything about that. So I gave it to my hairdresser, and he's like, okay, we're going to contact so-and-so because they, like he had this whole big thing on how my hair was going to get to people. So I feel pretty confident that my 33, 35, somewhere in there, centimeters, is like over a foot of hair, it actually got to a person. So I feel good about that.
So our buddy Christian Valdez is now in Memphis and joined. I hope his AC's working again. It wasn't working when he just. Poor Christian came from California all the way over to Memphis, and then his apartment, the AC didn't work.
And he got sunburnt. I was like, sugar, you are from Southern California. How do you not know about sunblock? He's like, it's intense here. We have had a couple conversations. So everybody cheer on Christian because he has just made a giant move. He has, I did that move. Not from LA to Memphis, but from the middle of nowhere in Illinois to Savannah. And I know what that's like. And it's a big thing. And I'm really proud of him for doing it. So musings at midlife. You get to go to the gym tomorrow. Holy shnikes.
I really feel bad. My diet has been destroyed with all this.
My weights are sitting next to the sofa right over here. Seriously, I haven't picked them up in like at least 2 weeks.
2 months. 2 months.
It's not been 2 months.
2 months.
6 weeks ago, I took the 3-pounders on a walk.
Oh, well, there you go.
I have been so terrible. I used to work out all the time. Like my favorite thing in the world is to bench press. And yeah, bench pressing happening at this house. Yeah. So I am so very happy for you. I really wish I were doing that. Sloan Mama says, big weekend plans, going on camping trip and celebrating my 40th.
Cool.
Woohoo! Happy birthday.
Congratulations.
And our 17th wedding anniversary. Wow, that's awesome. So I would
You don't
remember.
remember. You don't remember because I'm
No,
not sure.
that's not. I know that day because that was my first dog as a woman, without like
Brigadier's birthday is June 30th.
No, it's not. That's my
Says-
birthday,
I know.
Ding-a-ling.
Yeah, I know.
His
They're
birthday
both on
is
the
not
same-
in June.
Yes, it
oh,
is.
for Pete's sake, it's in May.
No, it's not.
He was 8 months old when we got him. We got him in February. January, December, November, October, September, August, July. Oh, damn.
Sometimes you don't have to do anything. Hey, Olivia, good to see you on here. Hey, Carlos.
Oh, it's terrible. All right.
All right, let's get to some funner travel kind of chatting stuff. Let's see. Yeah, Sherry Rogers makes a good point. Have to get back into healthy lifestyle choices again. Ugh, I agree. I thought
Sherry,
I'd be back.
I'm kicking my own butt right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things is like, so with the teaching, how they had it was everything went online. So since spring break, which our spring break got canceled, so I ended up cleaning out the garage in the basement.
It's fun.
Since then,
That's like spring break.
all I've been doing is doing videos for Professor Walters and my classes
Kat.
there. Oh, hey, Mom. Yes, her birthday's coming up. Jocelyn's is coming up. Anyway, no, but it was like I've been just working on all these videos, and so, it's funny because today was the last day of my live teaching for the summer term because we had like a 4-week summer class, and so today was like the last day of it, and it was like, oh, okay, I'm kind of done with that, but I'm like, now there's all this stuff that like I would have liked to have done before, because if I would have been teaching normally, it would have been, oh, you get all this more stuff done, but when you're trying to change everything to online and everything, and now I'll find out on Monday if all my classes are online in the fall. So now it's like I have 50. There's 50 videos left I have to make to finish my class to make it online, and it's kind of like, well, if they announce it on Monday, I'm like, okay, so if I do like 5 to 10 videos a week, I'll be done by the time to have it all up online for when the semester starts, so it can all be planned out. It's like, so yeah.
Brian, did you see these?
Yes,
Gals
Brian.
and gals are
no,
on.
Tell Franklin we said thank you.
Tell Franklin.
Franklin
And
hooked us
Lisa,
up.
because we know Brian had nothing to do with it. Mm-hmm. So seriously, if anybody is in Texas or nearby, get some beaver nuggets and throw some salted peanuts in there, because that is, I'm sitting here taking a bite out of each, because that is like the ultimate combination. So stinking good. Mm-hmm. My mother-in-law is on. Hi, Kathy. And let's all wish Kathy and Bill a happy belated anniversary yesterday.
That's right, 42 years. Actually,
52
52
years.
years. Sorry, 52 years. My mom looks so young. I thought it was so long ago, And it was 2 days ago, by the way.
Yes. No.
The
What
8th
day
of
is
June.
it?
Today's
Shoot,
the 10th.
today's the 10th. My birthday's in less than 3 weeks. What you got planned?
I got you know what? I got this friend of yours coming up for your birthday.
Oh,
Franklin just got to. So Franklin was not out drinking with us. Dang it, Brian! He would have been. He would have been awesome.
Sloan Mama says, we got married the day after my birthday because it was the only day in June that the church was available. My big brother informed my husband that it was not an excuse to combine gifts. Your big brother is a good brother. That's the right thing to do.
See, my
right
big brother
there.
wouldn't do that. You're the big sister. I don't know if you do that for your sisters, maybe.
Yeah, well, I just threaten their husbands.
There you go. Hey,
I'm
and
that
by the
kind of
way,
person.
Mark Finley wants to say congratulations for Simply Jocelyn hitting 500 subscribers.
Thank you, much appreciated. 500. I can't believe that 500 people care to even tune in. That's pretty amazing to me.
Yeah.
Thank you for congratulating me. So Galvin and Gals are on, and they were just
they're in Charleston.
And I don't know if you're
Hashtag
on
jealous.
hashtag way jealous. Are you on your way to Savannah? Are you there yet? Or are you spending another day or two? You know what I didn't do? Melinda and Tracy, I should have told you all of the different plantation houses to see because so Drayton Hall is an incredible one. They have paint that is like 400 years old. I mean, like literally samples of paint on the wall. It's just, to me as a preservationist, it's absolutely incredible. And then Magnolia Plantation, just down the road from that. The house is pretty. There is part of the house, isn't there, at Magnolia? Yeah. But the gardens are the gardens. It's really nice. Yeah. Really is that where the red bridge is? Which one had the red bridge? That's Magnolia. Yeah, Magnolia. Magnolia. You go for the gardens for sure. The other one you go for the house. Yes. And all the stuff. Oh my gosh, I want to recreate that house. Let's build that house. Okay. Sure. I mean, not as fancy as that one, but okay. And actually, it's pretty simple by today's standards. Yes. Ooh, that's what I'm gonna do. I want to build a new house. There we go. See what happens when I have too much lemonade vodka? I know. So Nick Peterson asks, what's easier, Mark, teaching an online class or an in-person class? I prefer in-person classes. Okay, have fun. Okay. I prefer in-person classes because, you know, it's like I can see your guys' questions and stuff. Like, you actually comment. When I do my live classes on YouTube, like we do it like how this is, like it's the, like, hidden video or whatever, and so I send a link to the students, and it shows like, oh, there's 35 students on. And I'm like, hey, blah, 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 talking, like, would someone like to comment to make sure this is working? Nothing, like crickets, you know, and it's hard to tell if students are getting what we're talking about or not. Whereas face-to-face, you can see if they get it, they don't get it, those kind of things. So I prefer the face-to-face. I know for me, preparing the online one takes a lot more when it's, because there's different kinds of online. There's the online where I'm like doing, like we're doing a live like this. And then there's the filming the videos beforehand, like on Professor Walter's channel. And that takes way more time because then you got to like film everything, you got to edit everything, you got to put it together. So you're not just saying it, you're saying it, and then you watch yourself say it 400 times while you edit it together and then put it out there. And that's brutal. So that's why I really want to know what's going to happen in the fall, because they said there was 3 options: fully online, you could do Zoom, you could teach face-to-face, but then have a camera and they'd Zoom you to the students. And then the third one is, instead of teaching like one section, you could teach 4 or 5 sections, and then the students, like you'd have, instead of 50 students, you have 10, 10, 10, and 10, you know, like that. But I'll find out on Monday what we're going to be doing. But I teach like super huge classes. So I told them, like, look, I'd like to do the Zoom and face-to-face like combination, but for the safety of my students, I think it might be better to do just to do the online, because there's, I mean, some of these classes have 400, 500 students, so you just can't take chances. So look at that sunset we're getting. I know, it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. So Lori Sims thinks that Jocelyn wants a Japanese toilet for your birthday. Oh, yes. Well, yes, I do. But you know what? We don't spend that kind of money. But if I rebuild that house in Savannah or in Charleston, definitely going to get me a Japanese toilet. So Scorpio Sue says, yay, Duke's Mayos for the win. And so Sue, I actually cut a shorter version. When Jocelyn has her like Duke's Mayos, they don't have it, you should move. That video I think comes out tomorrow. I just have like the shorter version of it so I can send it to Duke's and be like, hey, just FYI, somebody loves you. Thomas has a brilliant idea. His birthday is really close to Christmas, so he's like, I get bigger gifts if I combine. That's a thing, right? I would hope so, because I know, like my cousin, who's my dad's goddaughter, her birthday is Christmas Day, and so it's like it's got to be a little. Cousin who is your Cheryl? Oh. And so it's like you have to, like, he's like, we got to make it a little bit nicer because it's her birthday and she's my goddaughter. So, but then there's the thing, like, you know, it's kind of like when you have 2 siblings that have birthdays near each other and they just like double it up. You're like, oh man, come on, I don't get my own party. Hi, Habit Master. Hey, Habit Master, good to see you. Yeah, Samantha says it's hard to engage students online for sure. I agree. The gals are in Charleston and they said, ooh, hang on. Don't move that. Stop moving. I was moving so you could see the gals. The gals are in Charleston Melinda, until Friday. I'm looking out for you. She's not. Shut up, Mark. We went to McLeod today. A lot of plantations aren't open. That sucks. Look into the two. I'm going to guess that if of the two that I just mentioned, Drayton Hall will be closed because that's run by the National Park Service, and
that's closed.
That's closed. But Magnolia is not, so you might be able to see that. Plus, the majority of it is outside stuff, so you may be okay to see that one. It's really incredible, and actually, if you've ever read Scarlet, which is like the sequel to Gone with the Wind, they talk about where Rhett Butler's people came from, and I'm pretty sure that if you look back on it, it's probably based on Magnolia Plantation. So there's that. And where'd the other thing go? The Habit Master and I share a birthday together. So I loved having a summer birthday too. And I love my summer birthday partially because we're always in some really incredible place for it. Like a couple years ago, Mark's like, so where do you want to go for this birthday? And I was like, you know what? I've never been to Russia and I really want to get to Russia. So not only did we get to Russia, but I said on my birthday, I wanted to be in Greece. So on that trip, we got to go to Russia, and I got to be, we were in Hanya for my birthday and had the most amazing dinner with some friends, and oh my gosh. And then 2 days later, we spent the night at Caleb's godmother is from Crete, and her dad has this little country house. It's called the Metoki.
Which means like summer
just
house.
Country house. And
country house. It's more like
the farmhouse.
Still too high. It's your summer cabin. Ooh, it's a summer cabin.
Summer cabin.
And like a Greek summer cabin. It was cool. Well, no, it was cool as in the wow, that's cool,
amazing,
dude.
but it was hot as balls.
Yes. No, I don't think my balls that hot. It was hotter than that. It was way hotter than that.
So it was like the hottest summer on record in Greece in maybe, I don't know how long. I mean, it was like 40 some odd degrees every day. And
which is over 100.
So Manoli, who is Caleb's godmother's dad, I don't even know how to describe that in Greek terms except that he's kumbada. He's family without the blood. Anywho, he is an electrical engineer, so his whole house is powered by windmills that he has built himself. Well, dag nabbit, the one time we're gonna stay there. And listen,
a mouse.
Manoli has never allowed anyone to sleep in his bed at the Matoki. Like, it is him, his wife, no one else, except he let us stay there.
Because he went home to the air conditioning.
Because it was
and it was 105 at night. You're sleeping on tile.
I went to the balcony and slept on the tile because that was the coldest thing I could think to do. It was so hot. It was insane. Hey, there goes our neighbor.
Liam was like, I need more blankets. We're like, dude, no, you're going to die. You're going to cook yourself.
Liam literally had like handmade wool blankets on top of him. And I'm like, no, you're actually going to die. You have to take those off now.
So this is Belacan Beer. If you ever go to Belize, you'll see it everywhere. So I got the Belacan shirt. I got the Belacan hat. I drank quite a few Belacan beers.
This is Duluth Trading Company. And if you go to Minnesota.
Representing the Minnesota.
Yeah. Can I get some love, Michael Mann? Michael Mann is a July 4th birthday.
Of course.
That's pretty cool.
Because we celebrate
a milestone.
25? Maybe 30.
He
does have a daughter, and she's in college. But I think she's a prodigy, so like 30, so she's probably like 10. So there you go.
Mm-hmm. Works.
So
July 4th is the day my mother brought me home from the hospital. I want to know in what world you get to stay in the hospital for 4 days before you take a child home.
Portugal.
I didn't with Liam.
You got 3 days.
I did. I got 3 days.
I think they let you out early. Well, it was also your second child. Because some places depends.
Well, there's that.
Because like in countries, I've seen that in Europe when there's countries that have very low birth rates and it's your first kid. They're like, no, you're here like 4, 5, 6 days. I remember when Luigi had this is one of Nana's boys.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah, you know. When his daughter was born, they had to stay, like, she stayed for like a week. Shut up, Jocelyn. So, but it isn't because they're like, no, your first one, and we don't have enough kids here, so we got to make sure everything's okay.
I have to say that having had actually, as an American, I can say I had excellent care. But when I was in Portugal, they handled me with kid gloves. Like, my nurses would come in and they're like, "Hola, donna," and we just
Rosa, I love Rosa. She was amazing.
It's like coming into someone's room and saying, "Good morning, madam," and like, bringing you like food and gifts or something. That's the kind of treatment I got. So it was fancier, that's for sure, right?
That's right.
Uh-huh.
So, and if you ever want to see Manoli, if you ever watch any of like my don'ts of Greece, shocks of Greece, the one I just put out, the what's done before you go to Greece, me playing, like drinking with a guy playing guitar, that's Manoli. That's at his place. So that comes up a lot because it's just too good not to share. Cause it was such a good time. So Mo is going to have a barbecue birthday party, but we'll have to see if we need a social distance or else it'll be awkward. Well, you can still be like, that birthday. I mean, they could drive by and honk like here.
That's what we're doing around here. Everybody's having drive-by birthdays this year.
Yeah.
Nick, I understand having a summer birthday when you're a kid. You're like, I don't get to have my class party. So,
like Caleb, poor Caleb. His birthday's like the weekend before school starts, so everyone like takes that weekend to go travel before it ends. So there's like nobody wants to do anything.
And when you do your half, like some kids do a half year birthday if they have summer birthdays. So Caleb's always ends up like right around Valentine's Day, so that super sucks too. Yeah. All right.
Oh, jumped a bit.
Wait, what does that say?
It jumped. I'm trying to go back. Masha says, yeah. It was 99 degrees here today. Ugh, yeah, that's just miserable.
It was how many? Where is
99 degrees.
I think that sounds
Michael Mon, my oldest daughter is 31. Oh, I read about you. You were like the youngest guy to like father children, so you're going to be 40. That's right. Congratulations, buddy.
That's right.
Oh, God.
And Nick are also Minnesotans. We have a lot of Minnesota people.
I know. That's why the Wisconsin people try to like say stuff like Minnesota, like put some down.
Minnesota's like your
like,
family.
Please sit down, Wisconsin. You got Culver's. We'll give you that, but just walk away now.
Mark's birthday is always near Thanksgiving too, Chris, and Chris spent his 2018 birthday in Neuschwanstein Castle.
Oh, nice.
So your 2018 birthday, we were also in Germany, weren't we?
2000
with Jeff and Lori.
No, 2018, my birthday, we were in Morocco.
Oh, well, I was off.
Because, let's see.
The year
2019, we would have been in Israel, but that got canceled, so we were in Aruba, which I'm not a big fan. Just letting you know, I'm not a big fan of Aruba. I will not be going back. Then 2018, because my birthday's right at Thanksgiving week, so we always had the week off school. So, well, I'll just stop my story now.
I'm sorry. I just saw that the Galvanic gal said, yeah, it was 91 here today and 5,000% humidity. I got fried on one side of my face and neck.
Yeah, see, I don't laugh at your pain. Being of the pasty variety myself, I go butt white to bleeding red. That's the only I don't tan.
I'm sorry, I didn't. No, but it's so damn funny because you know what?
Ain't funny for people from Indiana. I know you guys are from Tennessee and stuff, but I remember when I first went down to see Jocelyn the first time, and I flew down to Savannah, and I walk out, and the doors open to the airport, and I'm like, I'm dying, I can't breathe.
He did. He's like, how do you breathe here? And I'm like, just slow down, it'll be fine.
Like seriously, I'm like, I thought I was having like a heart attack or something because like the humidity was so, the air was so thick.
You know that's why Southern women look so pretty, right? Because all that humidity is like moisturizing. They never get wrinkles.
You just
look at Sandra.
You look.
She's a minute older than me, and she's got beautiful face.
Not as beautiful as yours.
She has the wrinkles.
Neither do you.
The wrinkles. No, I do. I have one right here.
I don't know.
You know why I have this one? Because I have a teenager.
That's right.
Yeah, that's why I have that wrinkle.
When Nick comes to Texas, I want to have a get together for him, so I need to know everyone in our group that is from the north of Texas. Well, if I'm in the north of Texas at that time, I'll stop by too. But I don't know what we're gonna do this summer because we got they're coming up next week. We got to figure out our trips. All our international stuff got canceled. Then we go international again. Liam's we got to get a new passport for Liam, which you can't get now.
Super.
So we're just trying to figure things out. I don't know. We might just be like doing solo trips, like send Jocelyn to England and send me to I don't know, Canada.
What, you're gonna send me to England so I can like quarantine for 2 weeks and
Well, they don't have. They won't have that then.
Well, if they don't have it then I'm gonna go and see Vera for a while and Martine.
Yeah.
And then so my best friend from Portugal lives in Brighton with her son who is just a year older than Caleb. So I'm gonna go and hang with them for a little bit.
Hi, Francis.
The big high tea at Downton Abbey that I was supposed to go to canceled. The Jane Austen Festival canceled. I'm pretty sure I can't do a whole lot at Stratford upon Avon, which I was supposed to do. And my girlfriend from here that was supposed to go with me, she canceled, but she's immunocompromised, so she's being incredibly careful. So I'm just going to England on my own. And I'm going to just rent a car and I'm going to drive around. I'm going to see what I see.
And you're going to enjoy yourself.
I am.
And then she'll have all the content for all of Simply Jocelyn. There'll be no more Walter's World. It'll all be on her channel.
I wonder. Ooh, I can make some like love hates and top 10s and things like that for you.
Yes, I could do some research for you beforehand.
You should do that.
All laid out.
But don't do any cooking for Simply Jocelyn, except for maybe hot dogs.
I'm gonna do the July 4th. So for fun, so we have like a lot of the food is from our travels and stuff like that, but also things we eat and stuff. And so we're having some fun with it. And I thought for the 4th of July, we could have hot dogs 3 ways, but a fun way. So it'd be like, look, let's compare it. So there's like boiled hot dogs, which Jocelyn hates, grilled hot dogs, which everyone loves. And then for the funny part, I was going to microwave one and then like compare. So it could be a funny thing.
Y'all, we only got a microwave last year.
Because my buddy gave it to me for Christmas because he knew she hated it, so he got it for me to piss her off.
You know where it lives?
It lives in our garage. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
I hate microwaves. I'm the weirdest human on earth. I think the microwaves suck. They're only good for boiling water. And even at that, my tea kettle does it better. So, there's that. Uh-huh.
Francis is a lobster after 10 minutes in the sun, no matter where I am. Hey, I'm with you, Francis. I'm with you.
Chris, you're right. Central Illinois is very humid. I mean, you walk outside right now, it's been raining for like a month and a half straight. Actually, it's just been 2 days, but it feels like a month and a half.
So Kathy Walters asks, do you think travel to Germany will be possible early December? How Germany keeps pushing these things back, I worry. Like, I don't think you're going to have all the Christmas markets. I think you might have limited Christmas markets.
You're speaking to your mother. You sound like you're speaking to someone else.
She is one of our superheroes.
I know, but the way you're speaking is not like to your mother.
Well, I'm trying to make her feel like part of the team. I'm trying to make
her feel... Hey, Kath. I think it's going to be dicey.
I think...
It's your mom.
But also, there's other people who asked me this question, so I'm trying to help them.
Oh, okay. It's your mom.
Okay, mommy.
That's better. Okay, now do it.
No, it's good. We want to go to
That's
Germany
what I needed right there.
But I don't
Your
know.
mom needs a little sugar, is what I'm saying.
She gets all the sugar she can get from my dad. Anyway, I'm sure he didn't hear that. Anyway, Mom.
That's better, Mom. Just start with Mom. Okay.
I don't want her to be singled out by trolls and crazy people and stuff like that. You know, I'm looking out for her.
I'm the only crazy person in this feed.
Sue might be like, hey, Kathy. I don't know. I'm joking, Sue. I'm joking. So since Germany's pushed back everything till August 31st for non-Europeans, I'm gonna guess they'll probably push it back a bit more again because I think we're gonna see is some places are like, you know what, screw this summer season. We're just gonna take the loss and come back strong in 2021. I don't think a lot of the travel industry companies can survive that, which is horrible because there's gonna be a lot of people that aren't gonna get they're losing their jobs and they're not coming back because you just can't come back from that. Like you'll only be out of business for so long before there's just no hope of coming back. But I think like December, I would hope they'd be okay. Like for me, I always felt weird through September. I feel like October is a turning point, but it's really going to depend. If you want to go for the Christmas markets, that's where I'm worried they won't have anything.
How do you, if any of you have been to Christmas markets, you know what they're like. I mean, it's not necessarily shoulder to shoulder with people. It's not that packed, but it's not open. I wanted to answer something right there, so don't move it. But it's hard to social distance in that kind of space. So I'm kind of curious about how that'll be handled. God, I just wish that this stupid disease would like shrivel up and die and go burn in hell for eternity.
Yes.
That's how I actually feel.
Yes.
Yes.
We're there with you.
I want to, means to travel. Eliz says, huge thanks to @Thomas Reiser and Germany Travel Guide and all the other folks posting in the Facebook group about the different quarantine rule changes happening in Europe. It helps to stay updated. You know what, Eliz, I'm with you. I appreciate it because we're all stuck wherever we're stuck, whether it's in Europe or Australia or the US, whatever. We have people all over the place, and y'all posting those things is incredibly helpful. I've talked to a lot of friends in different places, and they're like, you know what, you can't come right now, but, and there's that but ... And who knows what that means, you know? Nobody's really aware. So when you guys are posting regularly about what's really happening, it really helps everybody in the group. And I just wanted to say I second Eliz's mentioning there. I think it's a really big thing.
Hey, I gotta say thanks. So some people are on Patreon trying to get on it, and the link isn't working for them.
Oh.
I mean, it's working for me when I click on it, but there's some people from Patreon that are not being able to get on. So I'm just worried that for those of you trying to get on that aren't, I don't know. So that's why I've been checking my phone, because people have been writing like, "Hey, I can't get on." So I put the link up again.
Lori is concerned about individual bookings with tour groups in case those tour groups fail. Lori, it's a possibility. I wish that I could say that people weren't, but that's. Hang on, there's one other thing I need to answer. Okay. So as to that, what you need to do is call them and tell them you'd like to rebook. Because at least in rebooking, they have this hope of having your income at some point, you know, that you're going to be paying them. So there's that. And I know that's not going to keep them in business, but it might help. So instead of just canceling things, if we can rebook it, it might give people something. I was talking to a person on Instagram today, and she's like, they won't let me rebook. They're all just like, you're gonna pay, but they're actually not physically allowed into the country at the time or whatever. And so she called her credit card company, and they're like, you know what? Just wait until it goes past, and when you don't go, then you can, you know,
your case is stronger. They told her.
Yeah, you fight it. You fight it from this credit card position where you weren't allowed to be there, and so. But gosh, it just sucks that we're all in this position, doesn't it? I just absolutely hate that. Nick Barnett's had something.
So the Gallivants and Gals have one that says, I'm worried that just as the quarantines and the restrictions are lifted, we're going to see a big surge and be back at square one.
We already are.
We already are.
In some places.
Yeah, in the U.S. you have, there's going to be a big surge.
Phoenix, Chandler area, I have friends there, and they're like, yeah, we have like 628 cases like in the last week. But that's because people have left the house. Oh. People are out a lot more, and so that's, happening. My friend also said that in Phoenix, people are not wearing masks the way they ought to. So wear a mask. That might help.
So April's wearing a vampire thing while she bakes banana bread right now. That's pretty out there. Hey. Well, April's pretty out. She's cool though. She's cool. Don't worry.
I like it.
Yeah, Ottawa's in a valley. It's horrible humidity. It's amazing how some places you'll be like, how is it so hot? How am I so miserable? And like the same thing goes for the cold. Like when I lived in Lithuania, because it was like a wet cold, or it was just bitterly cold.
Or it's like sitting in your bones kind of cold.
But like in Brazil, when you get used to 90 degrees all the time, when it get down to 70 and the humidity, you'd be like really cold because it would like get to your bones. And I remember when I came back from living in Brazil in the summer, our summer, I came back home and I was in Carlinville, probably one of the times the cops annoyed me there. And I'm walking around and I'm like in jeans and a t-shirt. It's 91 degrees because they have the little Carlinville National Bank, time and temperature. And I'm like seeing these people walking their kids around in like shorts and t-shirts and tank tops. I'm like, This is wrong. It's too cold for kids to be this like this. It was pretty funny. Yes, I'll hold your hand, though you don't love me.
No, I do love you.
Oh, good. So why don't you answer the question?
Okay, so don't do that. Stop it. Basta agora. Francis, shut up, Mark. Stop wiggling, Mark.
I'm testing the camera.
Francis says Portugal is the only country that allows U.S. citizens to come without quarantine. I've just decided to wait until 2021 for an EU vacation. So, I didn't realize that. Hey, guess where we should spend our fall? In
I've thought
Portugal.
about that.
Let's put, because we have a creche. We could put the kids. I mean, well, Liam's too old for
They're all
creche.
too old for that. You just homeschool.
Oh, hell no. We'll put them in the international school down the street.
The international school is across the river now.
No, the one in Camp Turic. There's an international school, like right down the hill. By the
That's just a really fancy grade school.
But all the English people went there.
200 years ago.
No! Stop it. Welcome
So
to our marriage,
Nick
kids.
Barnett's dad's watching, and he asked this question hours ago. I'm sure Nick's dad's already taken off.
Sorry.
But Nick's dad, he's wondering about Crete. What should he and my mom see and do when they travel there? I've never been to Crete, so y'all know better than I do.
Okay, so in Crete, not far from... First of all, if you're coming from the mainland, you're going to come into the harbor at Heraklion. Heraklion's cool. It's like a big city. They have, all the things, whatever. Not far from there, about 30 minutes or so, is Knossos. Knossos is where the Minotaur was and all of that. It's a really cool historical place. The thing with Knossos is to get there early. You guys are Greek, right? So you have Greek heritage. So see if you can't find somebody to take you on a private tour so you get in before all the crowds of buses come. Get there in the morning and you'll probably get like Caleb's godmother's cousin's kumbada took us on a tour and we got this whole private thing. It was just us and her. And other people were following us around because they were jealous. It was funny. They were like, "Ooh, I want to know this." It was really cool. So you can do Knossos. Not far away is Zorba the Greek, Nikos I'm gonna screw up his last name. Anyway, Zorba the Greek. His hometown is also not far. It's actually kind of between Knossos and Heraklion. And it's about 15 minutes from the Metoki that we stay at. And at the end of the street. Oh, the end of the island. So on the south side of the island, this is somewhere that's really difficult to get to, but it's really worth your time. Rent a car, go down to the south side of the island. You can go around the coast and go through there. Ios Nikolos is on the east sort of side, and it's really beautiful. It's a great, cute little town, and you should stop and just like have lunch there or something. There's some really wonderful restaurants. But as you continue around, or you can go, if you go through the middle of the island, you can get to some really amazing, tiny little villages, but that randomly have like great hotels. So there'll be like this hotel that no one stayed at in 20 years, but it's all like taken care of, and you'll get like this room, and you'll have just the Mediterranean, and I mean it's all yours. There's nobody there. Nobody goes to the south side of Crete, so that's like this hidden gem. Heraklion on the west side. I love Heraklion. Cool downtown, like old historic district that's just really lovely, and you can hang out and meet people, and there's some really great restaurants. And if you guys are going, will you just like give me a private message either on Instagram or on the Facebook page or something, and I'll give you some names and stuff. But our friends own a place called Microcosmos. Yeah. How do I say that? Microcosmos Creta. They're Italian, from Vicenza, but they manage a bunch of apartments for some Greek families and also for some Italians that have bought houses down there. So you can get Their names are Bea and Enrico, and they will get you hooked up.
And you can actually see one of their apartments because.
Oh, I did a video on that, didn't I? It's like where we usually would stay in Greece or something like that. Anyway, there's some really great stuff. So check all of that out, and there you go. I've spent a lot of time answering that question. I have so much more to say about it too. Yes, Brian, at least the Christmas markets are outside. Actually, Mark and I were talking last year. We had a Christmas party in our home, and we've kind of been like thinking about doing like a mock Christmas party or Christmas market party outside next year. Wouldn't that be cool this Christmas?
It's my idea. Of course, I think it's cool.
All right. Well, so it's always, whatever. But I'm the one who has to make the food and probably, the little pots.
Mark Finley posted his before and after DIY haircuts in the superheroes of Walter's world.
Bless your heart.
That's amazing.
No, bless Terry's heart. She's been living with that. All right.
So I'm posting in the Facebook group. I'm posting the video, Jocelyn's video about the apartment, and then in there's links and the information if you go to the page and do that. So you should be able to see that there.
Is Mark's phone case a plane ticket? It is a plane ticket. Where the heck did I order that for you? It was a gift I gave him. So it's a plane ticket. It's got all these like the dates and the gate numbers and things are all like significant things to us.
Mark Finley, before and after. You look like Rob Gronkowski on the top, and then a younger Rob Gronkowski on the bottom. I don't know. I like the windswept look. You look so, I don't know, like you just look like a little
Qing Dynasty.
Oh, Ming Dynasty's in the house.
No,
oh, Qing Dynasty's there. Cool.
Yeah. Oh, I've been reading this. It's like a web novel. Is that like a new genre of books? I don't know. I've just found it. Anyway, and it's all set in Beijing, and it's really cool because as I'm reading it, I'm remembering our time in Beijing, and it's pretty amazing.
So one thing about Christmas markets, if you can't get to Germany, there are some nice places around the U.S. that have them. Carmel, Indiana has a really nice Christmas market that's on the week, like Thursdays through the weekends, I think.
Chicago's is okay.
Chicago's is okay, but it's like the size of it is the size of like a town of like 10,000 in Germany. So it gets a little packed. So if you can go during the week, that's the best time to go.
I would agree.
There's a few other places around the U.S. that has some things like
Helen,
Georgia. But what you might see is some like my hometown. They used to do one just for one weekend, and so sometimes you might look for ones for a weekend to kind of like do like a weekend. Like that's what I'm going to do it for because trying to figure out how to do our 12 days of Christmas traveling video when we can't travel has been a little difficult. Kim GK, I shaved my hair off. There you go. That's right.
Well, I
Lori Sims is like Mark Finley's was so Southern California surfer. That's right.
Brian says Walter's World Christmas Market Party road trip.
No, honestly, when I said that in my mind, I'm like, ooh, if we're not having class, they might not have things, but yeah, I mean, there's some nice windows to see, and I could think of some stuff.
What? Where?
We could start Thanksgiving, go down to Savannah and see the boats.
Oh, I thought Brian meant our house road trip.
Oh yeah, no. If we have our thing, please feel free.
We don't have a whole lot of great hotels here.
My thought was like we make a couple huts. You have a couple huts thing, and then you use the garage as like an inside for people with some chairs. We rent some of those tables, the tall tables. We'd be out there, so we have like a drink hut and a snack hut, and there's some snack stuff inside. We'll do the best we can to give it that way. Have a little manger out there.
Can I just say,
if we get a little drunk, we can all be part of the manger.
No.
Phyllis, it worked.
Shut up, Mark.
No, Phyllis has been trying to get on here for an hour.
Oh, hey,
Phyllis, I'm glad it finally worked. And Jennifer Olsen too. I'm glad you got on. I don't know why yours didn't. I know my mom came through that and it worked. I don't know. I'm sorry that it took so long. So I'm glad you're all here. So I just want to say hi to them.
No, I'm glad that you did. No, I just want to say that in a previous life, I was a director of marketing and events. So we used to have, I used to run big, giant, ridiculous events and some smaller ones. So as Mark is saying all of these things, I'm like, oh my gosh, my list just keeps getting longer and longer and longer. So, Fog and Xi'an. But you know what? Qing Dynasty, that is a beautiful romantic thing. Xi'an is such a lovely town. We loved our time there. And if any of y'all get a chance when you are in China, Beijing's cool, but Xi'an is cooler. I feel like that kind of made our trip. It's not just, they have all the terracotta warriors and things, but the town just
the Muslim district is incredible.
Such good
the lamb, the food, it was the
incredible. Atmosphere of the entire town.
It's very different, especially coming from Shanghai and Beijing and stuff.
Beijing is like all business, right? And it's
Shanghai's business,
and Shanghai too.
But Beijing's just the same.
Beijing is just it's so much. It's so overwhelming. But we got to Xi'an and we were like we all kind of took this collective relaxing breath and just
relaxing breath in China is kind of tough.
Well,
pollution, but
it was a calm place. It was I'm sorry.
Am I saying something wrong?
No, your elbow's in my
elbow that is on my armrest, nowhere near yours. I'm like, did I say something wrong? Am I saying something I shouldn't say?
I'm just no.
Because sometimes we're like, shut up, stop it.
Get out of my way.
Get out. Ah! So there's one on here I want to talk about. So Jeremy Sides, Johnson was mad because she says, "Is it Jeremy or Jeremy?" I'm like,
Jeremy. You say it so funny.
Jeremy or Jeremy?
Jeremy. Do you read Jeremy, not J-E-R-M-Y.
I'm not from like the fancy Greek family. I'm from some.
I'm gonna go get myself some soda.
Anyway, Jeremy.
Thank you.
As countries declare themselves COVID-free, like New Zealand, does that make you more interested in visiting certain places? It actually does. We've actually thought about what we'll do in the fall, but now it depends on getting passports for Liam and stuff. But if everything's online for teaching, and if the kids' school is online, then we might be more interested in going to travel and kind of explore the place and just stay for, even if we have to do a 2-week quarantine, hey, we could stay for 2 weeks, be quarantined, and then, explore out from there after that's done. So it has piqued our interest into looking at different places. But right now, it all depends. Like if I have to go to work every day to go teach, it doesn't really matter. But it's really trying to figure out what we can and cannot do. So
if they let us in.
Yes, if they let us in. Mm-hmm. Oh wait.
Gosh, we missed a lot, didn't we?
Yeah. Mark Finley, the highest place is only 12,000 points. Yeah, there's a reason why it's only 12,000 points. I'm just saying. Well, actually, that's the one downtown. That's the Hyatt that's downtown.
We can just camp in your backyard, says Michael Mon.
There you go.
You know what? Have you seen Brigadier? Do you know what size poop he lays?
I try to get him, but the garbage bag.
You don't want to sleep in our backyard.
Sleep in the front yard. We could be cool like that.
Front yard's okay. Tents in the front yard.
So Brian, I too, and my mom, Brian says I may or may not have an unhealthy appreciation of German Christmas markets. I will go every year.
An unhealthy appreciation.
My mom goes like every year or tries to go every year.
If she can't get to Germany, she goes to Chicago or something. I mean, like, your mom's kind of never without Christmas market.
That's why she asked earlier about that. I mean, that's the thing is now I look at it like if we can go and we got the passports, why not go for December and go see markets? But again, if the markets are open, that's the thing that's really tough about this because all of us that had, I mean, I know a lot of you have said we had a trip in April and we were hoping to go in October. We're hoping to go later in August.
Laura.
Is Laura going to bed?
Yeah, because she has to go to the gym.
Oh,
hateful.
You healthy people. What, are you going to eat like vegetables? Vegetables? I don't even know what those things are called
Vegetables.
Vegetables. Do you make tables out of them?
Let's just...
Oh, now she can say she picked them up. There you go.
I picked up the weights.
2 months. Yep.
Yes.
There are the 8s too.
Those are 8-pound weights. Woo! Oh, gosh.
Well, enjoy the gym. No, but the Christmas markets, I mean, that's one of the things is now, like, because a lot of people have switched from their March, April, like, oh, I'll go in August. And now those are no-go. And you're like, that's what I would see is that people have to switch again. I know Mark Finley had to switch. And he was okay for him to switch again, but that's what's funny.
Lori says 46 watching, only 17 thumbs ups. Thanks.
Yeah.
Go ahead, give us a thumbs up.
Yeah, and honestly, we appreciate all your thumbs up in all the videos. I know a lot of you just thumbs up and watch, and we really appreciate it. And you like and you share, and it just means a lot. So thank you.
It does.
And it does make a difference.
It does make a difference. I know it sounds stupid, but it actually does.
Like from a marketing perspective, I can tell you how the numbers work. If you're doing it on like this video, which is unlisted, it doesn't make as much of an impact, but it just says, oh, people like that person's content. When you like and share a normal video, it really helps them say that, oh, people have engaged. And if you leave a comment, not just like first, but like something else, it actually helps spread it out there. So it's kind of like it lets, and if it's Facebook or it's YouTube or whatever, it lets know that, oh, people like this enough, we might share with more people. And it's not like it's going to share with people that aren't our followers. It'll share to our actual followers. Like, oh, other subscribers are liking this. We'll show it to more of the subscribers. Because honestly, I mean, we put out a video of the 600, 700,000 subscribers we have. Only, I don't know, 10,000 of the subscribers or 15,000. Well, no, actually get the notification. Oh, I see. Like it actually shows on their feed. So I'll have people that'll comment and they're like, oh, I didn't know you still make videos. I loved your videos. I'm like, oh, they're like, oh, you're back making videos now because the corona's over or it's getting down. I'm like, no, we've been making the whole time. They didn't know because how the algorithm puts stuff out to you.
Stupid algorithm. Thomas says, I just have to head across town. So guess what? Thomas, you just signed up to have people camping in your front yard too. We did get to see Thomas. It was really cool. So we were at Barnes & Noble the first day that they opened because, it's Barnes & Noble. And y'all know we have kind of an obsession there. And lo and behold, we're in there and Thomas says, hey, there's somebody. And Noah's like, hey. And of course we all have masks on. And I'm like, oh, what? And then he was like, it's Thomas. And I was like, ah! Like, it took me a second. Yeah. I was like, holy cow. It was so cool to meet one of you guys in real person. Life.
And I felt really bad because I had a work meeting that I actually was supposed to speak at. And I totally forgot, by the way. I totally forgot. Yeah. And a friend of mine
it was a fun drive home.
Yeah, because everyone shut up. I know it's like says it's mute, but I don't trust it. But it was like my friend texted me. It's like, we got this meeting right now that you were supposed to talk at. I'm like, oh, I forgot because it was in my calendar on my computer, not the calendar on my phone. For some reason, didn't hook it up.
Big dummy. Hi, sugar lumps. No, you can't watch on Netflix for a few more minutes.
72.
400. Well, which one do you think is closer, 72 or
anyway, so I had to get out this call, and so it's on my phone, and I'm like, hey, Thomas, I'm so sorry. I had a phone call at work. And so I got on the call, then Thomas was going out to his car, and so I got on the car to say bye to him, like when we were doing that. So I'm glad he come to say hi. So thank you, Thomas. So the Gallivanti gals were asking how many people have their summer road trips kind of planned out. Did you know a few people? Or they said, a few of the things out there. What's going on?
You have your phone to play the game.
Sure. You'll get there one day. No, but like my road trip I have planned for us was going through. We were going to go from here to Cincinnati, see the Underground Railroad, Freedom Center, then go from there down to Knoxville and Gatlinburg and stuff, then to Asheville, Tennessee, then down to by Savannah and Charleston, where the gals are right now. And then there's Defusky Island, where you have the Gullah Geechee.
Let's talk about the Gullah Geechee.
So that I'll get to that. We'll get to that. Don't worry. Okay. And then from there we were going up to Atlanta, see MLK stuff, and over Birmingham, and then come through Memphis and do that. That was our plan we have for now, because we were all kinds of things were going on. So that's one of the things we were thinking about doing. We'll see what happens, because it all depends. Because as Mo said, Mo had a good one. It's like we're all playing a game of Jumanji here, not sure what's going to come next.
It's Jumanji.
Yeah.
That's a great way to say it. Frost Element says, hello from LA, dry heat. Well, lucky you. Your Africa videos are inspiring. My wife and I have just booked an 11-day safari to Tanzania, or as they say, Tanzania. August 2021, invited the in-laws, so safari party.
That's awesome.
We had a safari party, and
it was a great experience.
Last night I sat and watched, I think Kathy, your mom reposted.
Well, yeah, you all shared the What to Know Before You Go on a Safari.
Your mom did.
Watch that video, seriously.
I shared it because, and I put it on mute because I already know what I need to know about it, but I had tears. I cannot describe, I know I've said it 100 times, but just the people of Rwanda
and
Tanzania were absolutely
amazing, friendly,
awe-inspiring. I mean, in my mind, Rwanda is a light for the rest of the world. And I've said that 100 times if I've said it once. It's just incredible. And though when we were in Tanzania, the people that we spent the most amount of time with were indigenous peoples. Not just indigenous, but like people living the tribal life. The Maasai, the Datonga. We spent time with people. You're distracting me.
I'm sorry, Brig, bad dog.
What was the tribe?
I can't remember the names.
Maasai, the Tonga are the people who did metalworking.
Yeah, I can't. I don't remember.
And the other group.
I honestly can't remember.
They speak with the clicks.
Because I couldn't even remember when they were saying it. I was like,
I've got it written down so that I wouldn't forget. Hi is no wait.
No.
Anna is that's hello.
Anna.
Anna.
That was what it was.
That's hello.
Yeah.
Dang it. Anyway, the fact that we got to spend time with people in like traditional homes and they live this incredibly traditional life very close to the earth. I mean, it's just, that was like one of the coolest experiences in my entire life. And I sat and watched that video. I watched a few of your videos. I watched several on Rwanda and a couple in Tanzania. I had tears often because you know what? But you were the one speaking. Well, I was in a couple. But y'all, get yourselves to East Africa. I haven't seen too much of the rest, but East Africa is. I asked Caleb the other day, I said, where do you want to go? He's like, well, I want to go to Savannah. And I was like, okay, outside the U.S., where do you want to go? Rwanda. Really? He's like, yep. I'm like, all right, let's do that. Like, I want to do it. Yep, that's it. Okay.
So Scorpio students, hopefully the passports will be going soon. Yeah, I'm hoping so too. My son and I try December next year. Hopefully we can do that. Yeah, so Francis, the Frankenmuth, if they're doing their thing in Michigan in Christmas, I looked at the pictures. That was really cool before they even took my phone. That is really nice. Kim GK, I'm still waiting for my approval of my global entry renewal from December.
That's bad.
It's going to be a while.
December.
It's going to be a while. It sucks.
Yeah.
Because since the passports have to be done in person in the location, they can't do it remotely. Something like over 1.5 million passports are waiting to get done. So there is that. You had 10 minutes of talking. I'm going through a bunch of stuff. So Jennifer Olson points out, I read an article yesterday that sounded like places in the Caribbean might be open. I didn't look into it too much, but I'm interested. Yeah, the Caribbean right now, like Bahamas, are still closed. I have a friend of mine who's supposed to go tomorrow, and they had to cancel because everything's canceled. They don't have anybody in yet.
Dinner.
It's going to be, I feel like Caribbean and Central America are going to open up sooner for Americans than Europe. So that could be something to look into, but I'm not sure when it will be. So that's one thing to check out. What else was there? Oh, Ghost Voltage in Taiwan. Good to see you. Then there was another one. Nick Peterson asked, Jocelyn, what's your favorite shot or cocktail to make? Or top 3 if it's that hard to choose. My personal favorite shot is a Washington apple shot. I had it in Whitefish, Montana. It was so good.
That's the question I wanted to answer.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was.
So, because rude. You said Washington apple, my mind immediately went to a Georgia peach, which is Southern Comfort and peach schnapps, and it's quite tasty. And you have to be careful. Okay.
So Chris Frankie says, I miss the Munich Christmas market. We left Munich the day it opened, but love the markets of Vienna. Yeah, and here's the thing. In Germany, a lot of the places, they're only open the first Sunday of Advent, and then they close the 23rd of December, and it's over. Like lots of places. And when I used to live in Germany in the late 90s, early 2000s, it was like that all over the country. Now you have like Frankfurt, Hanover. They'll have some stuff that kind of like bleeds over for a week or two, like through New Year's. So you can get some Christmas stuff there, but it is one of those things. I know when we went for my birthday, for my milestone birthday a few years ago. Wow, a few years ago now. We were in Prague, and Prague opens up 1 week before
Germany
and stuff like that.
Checked
So
us.
our friends left like on Friday, and so they didn't get to have the Christmas markets. We left on Sunday or Monday, and so we got to have the Monday. So we got to have Saturday and Sunday, or Friday night, Saturday and Sunday at the Christmas market. So it was really nice. I mean, that was one of the things I was hoping we'd go this year, the Christmas markets in Germany, because since Thanksgiving, because a lot of times it depends where Thanksgiving falls. Because if that Thanksgiving weekend is the first Sunday of Advent, then if you go to Europe during Thanksgiving break, you can get the Christmas markets too. So you have this year and 2021. After that, it falls back, so you don't have it with your Thanksgiving break.
The Galvent and Gals said, we just saw the booze pop truck here in Charleston, and on the window it had a sticker that said essential service. I had to laugh, but how cool is a popsicle truck for adults? And they had some cool flavors. You know what? Welcome to the South.
Welcome to the South.
We got our problems, but damn, we got some drinks. Like they have some priorities when it comes to the cocktails, right?
Yeah.
What a wonderful thing. So I hope you all got some popsicles, and if you didn't tonight, you definitely should tomorrow. And also want to know if you go to the library, because the library, do you remember the library in Charleston where we went and had drinks?
Yes, I don't know, it's still there.
It's just, yeah. It's such a romantic, lovely, it's just relaxing, and oh, I love it.
So the maple old fashioned is really nice. I do like that. That is some good stuff.
Yeah, very good. Ooh,
if we go Nashville, so Galvant and Gals, I was in Nashville years ago for a conference, and I don't know, I'm sure a lot of you go to conferences for work, and you realize about 5 minutes in the conference, you're like, this was a waste of time. So the conference I was at, I'd gone to that conference 2 other times, and it was phenomenal. Like I didn't want. I'm like, no, I'm not.
Good night, Ryan.
I'm not go. Oh, night, Ryan. I'm not leaving to go have dinner or lunch because I want to be at every single thing. And so I went down to Nashville for this conference, and I'm like, all right, this one's been so awesome the last 2 times. It's gonna be great this time. It was just like bomb, just bad presentation. I'm like, did anyone even learn how to present? Does anyone know how to talk? And so I ended up enjoying Broadway for quite a bit. So, anyway.
Oh, because Broadway's so bad.
Yes.
In Nashville. Yeah. Somebody just said that they went to the gym today. Ugh, I need to go to my gym. Or I just need a weight bench and a Japanese toilet. And then I'll never leave the house. You can't buy you can buy a Japanese toilet, but you cannot.
No, they're sold out too.
No, I looked a couple weeks ago.
Oh, they were? They were back in stock?
Oh, I found one.
Because we were having this conversation before, and they were all sold out because people were buying that. Like
Because
remember when no one could get toilet
paper?
paper? Remember back in March when toilet paper was like $1 million on eBay?
Oh, speaking of things that are out, I don't know about y'all, but what do you call those doohickeys? Those Clorox wipes. So they have been out here forever. And we had bought a 5-pack at Sam's before all this sort of went down, so we had enough. And we're getting down to the nitty gritty, right? I'm like, oh, do I really need to use a wipe on that?
Yeah, especially now that you're having the spike ups again. And stuff,
right. So I'm prioritizing them, right? Anyway, so I found this cool thing on Etsy. Can I just tell everybody about my new find? And this woman...
No, you only can do that on Simply Jocelyn. This is Walter's World.
Cram it in your pie hole, buddy. So I found these lovely little reusable wipes, and I ordered 8x8-inch ones, and I put them all together, and I kind of lined them up and rolled them, and I put them in an old empty Clorox wipe container, and I poured some cleaner because I have cleaning fluid. I just don't have the wipes. I can't get those, so I poured some cleaning fluid in there. And, wicks it up, and you can just pull one out. And the way I rolled them up, you wash them and reuse them. Mm-hmm. And I also bought those, I got some that were the size of single paper towels, like the Selecta size doohickeys.
Yeah.
So, yay!
Yeah. So Purdue points out Levi Coffin House was part of the Underground Railroad. We took field trips in grade school, Fountain City, north of Richmond, Indiana. So Quincy, Illinois, where I'm from, was also on the Underground Railroad, and there was actually houses. Katie's house, one of our friends, like their house. And so like when we were in grades, I mean, it's weird because you didn't go when you were like over like 12, but when we were like in kindergarten, first, second grade, you know, because just that end of the year field trip, we would do this, and so you go there and see that, and I'm like, and they'd pull the fireplace back, and like they would hide right there. You're like, oh my god. So it's like it was really like, I mean, like, oh my god. I mean, even when I was a kid, I'm like, that's amazing, you know. And
Katie's house was really spectacular as a preservationist. They did a really good job because they knew that there was a space architecturally, but they didn't want to like just go like banging holes in walls and ceilings. But they eventually found it. It took like, I think they actually used some kind of radar, kind of like what we use when we're looking for, you know, like underground stuff. They used some kind of stuff. It was just really a cool thing.
So Derek has been on his call doing that work thing. We never know what he works on.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Yeah, I know.
It's fake.
But all I know is he can only have short hair, and he travels all around the world. Oh, he works for the CIA. Oh, never mind. Sorry, didn't mean to break your cover, my brother.
My dad still is not sure that my husband's actually a professor. My dad always says that Mark works for the CIA. And this is the cover. Do you know how hard that would be? Oh my gosh, it's funny.
So Brian Smith's got big news. We closed on our new house today. Movers are coming Friday.
Wow,
so we'll need that new address, my friends, so we can send you our thank you thing. So cool, dude. Congratulations. Still going to be close to Buc-ee's. That's what's important. Good brisket sandwiches.
Megan says means to travel. Sounds like it's time to break out the beer bong. I haven't done a beer bong.
Caleb's doing the snap. Dude, don't throw the snap.
You throw snaps in my house and I will snap you. Do you understand me? Pick that up.
We got some of the fireworks, so.
You know the snaps? You know the things you throw and they snap? Mm-hmm. You don't do that on Mama's floor.
Yeah, unless you want to die. You know, you used to have a brother, Caleb, and they threw a snap.
That's why there's only 2 of you now.
That's right. Ever wonder why we have that extra bedroom? Yep.
No, you may not borrow your phone.
On Sunday, you can borrow your phone again. Oh, Thomas Rising points. Phase 1 started for passports. Mark Finley posted today. Oh, awesome. Because once they get started, I'll give him a few. This set something up to get Liam his new one. Because if we can do that, that'd be great. I mean, all I know is today I was. So you all know you are superheroes. You know that I film a ton of videos, and so I was going through and I actually listed all the like don'ts, love and hates, what to see before you go, food videos. I listed it all out finally. What has not been uploaded? We have 161. So even if we can't travel, we have till next summer. We can definitely travel again. We've got. I was like, oh hey. So now I'm trying to figure out. It's like. So what seems like a summer thing? What seems like a fall thing? And so I'm trying to like figure out when to put things out. So
lemon vodka and limoncello LaCroix.
That's summer.
Okay, and also Spritz Aperol. Can I just say that where'd it go? Okay, Means to Travel. That in the Means family has implemented the drink gong. It's a new addition to our home. It goes off sometime between 5 and 6. I highly recommend. I need one of these. You know what? We need to go somewhere in the east and buy me a gong because we need a drink gong. I said gong, child. Put that away. What are you doing with that?
He's getting food. The poor kid's hungry.
He's playing with knives again. Actually, Caleb made the most amazing garlic butter today.
Oh yeah, dude, he hooked us up, man.
He did really good. And actually, he made the butter. Like, he got the whipping cream, made the butter, and then chopped the garlic and put the herbs and stuff in and made the actual butter. And then I had the idea to put it in little tiny individual pats so we could just scoop it out and melt it on our food.
Really on the sticks today.
Huh? He did amazing,
right?
Good job. Yes. Good night, Michael.
Daniel Womack loves those snacks.
Late.
Or the snaps. I also used to love scaring my mom with them. Caleb. Yeah, I know you did. I saw that. So the toilets were all lined around there. Obviously, someone doesn't know how toilets work because it doesn't close all the way down. But a few of the
I found those snappy things on the top of the toilet and I was wiping things down today.
3 of them exploded, by the way, Caleb, on the bottom part. Because I like lifted it up to pee. Because I lift up the seat to pee.
Here's the thing.
Thank you.
Tain't funny. Okay? Tain't funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good night, Michael. That was
Hi,
probably
Michael,
20 minutes ago, as late as we are. I apologize.
I know, we suck.
And no, Terry, we're probably none of us sane. Sorry.
Especially when your husband is making 400 trips that you can't go on. You know, I think actually Terry is actually feeling worse because then Terry is getting so excited for all the great trips. She's like, I could do this, and then she can. So Mark, you're breaking her heart because she's ready to travel all those places. So you just gotta take her everywhere, buddy.
Christian says, put some under the toilet seat.
Yeah, he did.
But
Let's see.
And Christian, you're not allowed to meet Caleb if you're going to be like that. We're not going to have that happen.
Yeah. He doesn't need more positive role models.
He doesn't need any encouragement in that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Andrew, there's no need to sanitize, wipe anything that could be left in, say, the garage for 3 to 4 days, as that will kill the virus by itself. And that's what we actually did. We have a whole shelving unit outside that I would come back from the grocery store because like the first 60 days, or is it 50 days?
We wiped down cold things.
The cold stuff, but like you didn't go out for the first 50 or 60 days, did you?
It was almost 60 days.
Yeah, I think it was
or
the
maybe
60th day or the 50th.
I don't know.
I know it was past 50, so it's
I
somewhere
kind
in
of
there.
stopped writing that blog.
It's okay.
That blog.
I think people understood. It's okay.
I just got sick.
But I'd come back and I'd actually I'd have the groceries. I'm like, I wouldn't let them come out. I wouldn't let them do anything. And so I would go and put anything like, applesauce or pancake mix or anything. I'd go put it out on the corner. Or not on the corner, on the shelves there. And then all I would do is bring in the meat and the frozen stuff. And we'd wipe all that down and put it away.
Eggs, cheese.
Milk, eggs, yeah. And so all the other stuff would stay out there. And I'd tell the boys, because their toys were by there. And then, of course, we'd have snacks for them. Like, you can't go by there. And we're be really a jerk about it. Like, no. Because they were like, oh, hey. I'm like, and Jocelyn just ate her last Easter Reese's peanut butter cup egg in June. And she gives me crap about my tree.
Shut, Mark.
Easter was 3 months ago.
Christmas was 6 months ago. I just took the tree down. You took the tree down 3 weeks ago.
No, it was a month ago because Mother's Day was...
What the heck ever?
Let's just do the math. Remember the math when you said Briggs'
November,
birthday?
December, January, February, March, April, May. 7 freaking months of Christmas.
Wait.
April to May to June. No. 2 months of Easter.
No.
I have two fingers for you.
Hold on.
One on each hand.
Let's just look at this. So Easter or Christmas finishes on the Epiphany on the 6th of January. So it goes to February to March to April to May. So I had mine up there. Okay, 4 months after.
You know what you're doing?
Season.
You're belittling my Christmas gift to you every year. I gift
I'm
you
not,
this.
I'm showing
shut
how
up, Mark.
amazing it is.
Just shut up, Mark. I gift you this every year. I give you this stupid ass Christmas tree that I hate for December and
we froze.
And January and February. And why is our computer down?
That's not it.
Is it plugged in down there?
No, it is. It's just. Are we still there? Whoa, hello.
Oh, crap.
I think the computer was tired of you making fun of me and being mean.
I think that the computer was tired of Christmas.
I don't think so.
It's just tired.
No, see, it went all crazy and then it muted itself. So, how is it at hour 24? See, we're back now. See, it all got all crazy. Back, see, it's just saying, Mom and Dad don't fight. That's what it was doing. The computer was saying, Mom and Dad don't fight. So, moving on to our next topic.
You know what it was? YouTube hates Christmas too.
I don't want
Christmas outside of December.
Don't say things like that. We'll get banned by YouTube. I'm just telling you. See, hey, you know it would be cool if Derek was in the CIA. No, it doesn't say F. If it does. That would be cool if Derek was CIA, not if he was in the CIA, because he's probably super covert.
As produces State Department.
Exactly. Let's see.
All right.
Men in Black. So, we never see Derek in his working clothes, so it might be a Men in Black outfit. I don't know.
He can get to not.
Exactly. He got to nothing. Oh,
That
it's
proves
at our
something.
local Benny's. Right. So he was he was down in
Yeah.
Uruguay trying to overthrow the Argentine government. Yeah. Sure. Derek.
Good night, Billy Rubin. He's turning
Billy's
into a
gonna-
pumpkin.
Later, buddy.
Loves of DFW, the Finleys and Buckies. That's right.
That's right. Ghost Voltage 47 in Taiwan. Thank you for been sticking with us. Appreciate it.
Very cool.
Mark Finley wants to loves and hates of Dallas Fort Worth. You know what? We will. When we get down there, maybe we got some locals we could ask about that.
Tracy said her peanuts were better tonight. You guys are getting boiled peanuts, aren't you? Oh my God, eat me some boiled peanuts.
I
please.
just lost.
If you can get hot boiled peanuts.
Oh, Trace just said her peanuts were better.
All right.
Yes, they are
I
quite
said
good.
gong. Oh my gosh.
So Rachel Seitz was asking, have you been to New Zealand? Anything to know before we go? I have not been. So I can't say anything.
My friends, Growing Up Without Borders, they are there right now. They have been there since the quarantine stuff hit. Where were they before? Like Cambodia, maybe?
Yeah, and they were trying to get out
They
when
were trying to get
everything was
somewhere.
shutting down, and they've landed in New Zealand, and 3 hours later they closed it, so no one else could get in.
Yep. Chem GK, I cannot get polar seltzer here. I do love it. Whenever we are in the East, I literally come home with a trunk full of different kinds of polar seltzer. I agree. So
I like Brian Smith, hates of Dallas Fort Worth, getting stuck behind the stupid JFK trolley tour while trying to leave work in the afternoon. I don't think someone's pissed
Hey,
off
look.
and bitter.
one of our fans lost his hearing by playing with fireworks. Don't be stupid. Okay. Thank
Don't
you.
go
I
breaking my
appreciate
heart.
that, Purdue.
Yeah, Jen, I could totally go for a good distillery tour all day long.
Who posted the thing and it said, oh no, was that
Did
Mrs.
you post
Ely
it?
sent it. And it said
Where's Waldo?
Florida Florida hand sanitizer, and it's literally a bottle of vodka, and it's like distilled in somewhere Florida, and it just says hand sanitizer on it. It's literally a bottle of vodka. I was
Well,
like,
remember
that's awesome.
Tito's had "Don't use us as a hand sanitizer" when this
Yeah,
first started
right.
out. Christian Valdez wants to know, is like, but if he doesn't meet Caleb, who else is he going to give his slingshot and Red Rider to? Valid point. Caleb actually has both of those because we're horrible parents.
No, and he has horrible grandfathers that are like, ooh, have things that kill people.
So
Not really either of the
So Purdue has the thing. I left the FedEx package today to sit, then opened it up, and it was my neighbor's Apple Watch. So many wrong deliveries all the time. No, seriously, there's so many things that are going the wrong spots. Free Apple Watch. No, like my yeah, they track that, so you can't use theirs. Just so
Not
you know,
really.
they'll do that. So, because anyway.
I was joking, Mark.
No, I know. I'm just saying. I'm not saying Purdue would do
Shut
that.
up,
I'm just saying in case.
Just shut up.
No, because like Liam should have got a thing a while ago, and it just kind of hasn't shown up yet.
Andrew S., I still have a bunch of those Reese's eggs.
Oh, dude, you should have said
Andrew.
that. She's gonna use that internet to like
So where
find
do you
you.
live? Can you tell me all of your details so that I can come and steal your eggs? Because yes. Philippe Chartrand is on here. How did I miss your name? But Terry,
You don't know. You've been in Ottawa
I
with
didn't
the
see it.
valley and humid.
I didn't see that. Where are you gonna go? We have Mexican for our first time.
Where are you?
We had to have Mexican for our first time to a restaurant after COVID. I think actually, during COVID, we
That was Terry saying that.
that to Philippe. At
Right. Okay.
Philippe.
I missed the other part of that sentence.
So, I think that Mexican was our first food that we picked up
restaurant, yeah.
from a restaurant, and our favorite.
We thought they were closing.
Well, we did. We thought that they were shutting down because they kind of talked like they were. Anyway, they're like our favorite restaurant, and we're really close to them. As in, they invited us their daughter's quinceañera. Like we've gotten to be that close. Mark was there. I was not because why wasn't I there? I think I was having kidney stone. I don't know, something like that. I have those a lot. Yeah, you want to talk about slow stuff. I had something shipped from LA on the 28th of May. It's still not here, and I just got an update maybe on Friday. I'm like, holy shnikes,
Which
y'all.
Friday?
This Friday.
This Friday?
Well, the 12th. That's
because some people say like it's next Friday, and some people think that's this Friday coming up, then the next Friday or the next.
Ooh, Megan says that the distilleries, the bourbon distilleries, in July.
Bourbon.
You know what? I need to be there
tour?
for that.
Bourbon.
Francis, you and Mark can just go take your Christmas and have it together. Okay. Oh, goodness gracious. All right. Thomas is back. You could still hear us when that thing went off. Oh, great. I'm sure I said 6 or 7 cuss words because that's what I do. Sorry.
See, we're only at that point now. So.
Oh, my gosh. So bad.
So this is what happens when you fight.
I saw it. Because I still love you, even if you like Christmas more than me.
I don't like Christmas most more than you.
Look at me in the eyes.
Hey, look, Terry's asking if that's actually Derek's real name. What? Hold on, I missed. There's a conversation I missed. Damn it! See, you guys have all the good conversations.
About the CIA, right?
I think we're just like white noise, like background noise for people when they're doing.
They are. Things. They're just having their own conversation. We're just back here in the background, and that's cool. I'm good with that.
I like Jeremy's thing. Volunteering to self-quarantine in the Hobbiton set, New Zealand. I got a buddy of mine who went to New Zealand like 3 years in a row. He takes students and stuff like that. They always go to Hobbiton. It was on their Christmas card this year. You can't just laugh.
Andrew lit the lawn at on fire at his parents' house last year with fireworks.
Damn, dude.
Yes.
I had M80 and some petrol. Wait, Andrew, were those homemade fireworks?
Oh my God, that's funny. I love it.
Were you smoking a cigarette and spilled your whiskey and just...
No, that's Megan. She's in Kentucky by the distilleries.
Oh, be careful. That'll blow up, man. That's dangerous.
Serious stuff. Oh, my goodness. Y'all are just, thanks for making me laugh tonight.
Francis, I did not see the reunion. On the Gad guy had that. I saw a thing about it, but I did not see it, so. Because I was big. So when I used to live in Lithuania, I was, there was no, I mean, you didn't have like, Netflix or anything like that or YouTube or you had something like that, but there wasn't anything there. And so I just had my DVD case I brought with me and like I would watch Lord of the Rings. I had the extended edition because that's the only way you watch it. You don't get the theatrical, you get the extended edition. And I'd watch it all the time. And so I like memorized through. So it's like, how did I miss that?
I know you're for the first time when I was pregnant on bed rest with Emma. I'd never seen it.
Yeah, and you saw the extended, the real.
I did.
Versions.
I saw it all. I saw all 500
Cause
hours.
of death. 8 shut up marks.
That's what I was laughing at. Okay. All right.
Lori Sim called FedEx about a wrongful delivery and they didn't care. Yeah, here's the thing. So you had a lot of companies that did a really good job when this first started, and now they're just kind of worn out and they don't care anymore. Now you're seeing what's really going on. So remember that. Yeah, Jocelyn. Thomas Riser says no potty mouth.
I have a terrible potty mouth.
Good night, Mom. I love you.
Good night, Kath.
Sweetie Mama, best mom ever.
Did you say puberty? Because your voice cracked.
Yeah, me and Caleb.
Xin Chao. In Hanoi. Thank you. Very cool. Gosh, I want to get there one day.
Another place somebody got married. It was a good cause. We went to South America for a wedding instead of doing our Vietnam tour.
Someday I'm gonna get there.
Luckily, he married a wonderful woman, and I'm like so happy. Have any of you ever gone to a wedding? You're like, wait, I wasted my vacation days for this. I know this wedding's not gonna last. No, I was very happy with theirs. They now have a little son, Max.
She's
awesome.
So great. Like, I mean,
I like her better than my Brazilian brother. She's so wonderful.
No, stop that. I'm kidding. Don't say things like that. Lou's an amazing, but they are a great couple, and
it's like perfect. Like,
here we are. We come in from the States, and we're like staying like 2 rooms away or whatever. She's got her family and her, and whatever. But she made us feel
They were getting a little depressing. I'm sorry. This one is awesome. I'm glad this one isn't depressing. I'm sorry.
it happens, and because it's been a hard time for a lot of us, like
And the thing is, like,
not traveling,
and no hope of traveling, and then now we're starting to get the hope of traveling, and there's new
and then
restrictions
people
coming
are
out.
ripping it out from under us.
I know, like, I put together a video on what to see and do in Amboise. I put it out like last week. I mean, it's got like no views, like no one watches those see and do, like what to see when you go places. But making that video just broke my heart.
Feels good though.
Like I was, well, yeah, it feels good to me.
Because we're not going.
Yeah, not going, but it was like that was like I'd done okay with like not missing. I mean, I missed travel, but it hadn't got me right. It got me here, but it hadn't like like it hurts and you're like, oh, it's like you just break down. Like making that video was like the hardest video I think I've made. Like just because like seeing the stuff and we did because we were there with the kids and my parents and everything and just it just really was like I mean it was a torture to it was a pleasure, but it was a torture to make that video at the same time because it was like it's everything we love about France and travel. It was like we went to this town to go see the chateaus, right? But we ended up loving the town and seeing the Leonardo da Vinci stuff that's there. And the kids had a great time. We had amazing food. Saw so many things. We had some horrible food too. Tripe sausage. Do not get tripe sausage.
God, it smells like poop.
Yeah, and it tastes less
Kinda
good
like
than poop. It was just like I just remember that was like 2 or 3 weeks ago I put it out, and that's when I got like.
Honey, I didn't know that video is what kind of like set you on that because there was a good 2-3 days where you were like not yourself. I didn't realize it was that video that did it.
Yeah.
But like, so a year ago we were embarking on our trip to Africa or East Africa. And a year ago, yesterday or the day before, it's pretty.
Why are you?
It's youthful.
Oh, there you go. I'm just gonna pour this all over myself now. But not in your chair because I'll die.
You won't.
Okay, I'll be killed.
I'll just let Caleb put more snaps on your toilet seat.
Anyway.
Anywho.
No, you're talking about when you saw the Africa stuff.
I was in tears. I mean, partially because like I cried every day in Rwanda, and out of like just an overwhelming sense of emotion. Usually good. Like I don't think there was a moment that was bad in Rwanda. I mean, there was the sadness when we went through the genocide museum, but minus that, it was just like so impactful on me. I cried a lot, but like good tears, not bad tears.
It was celebratory tears.
It was like I was just like humanity is like amazing, and I don't always feel that way sometimes, but when I'm like watching all these videos and then like our time when like with the Maasai and the Datoga and Moody was just like the coolest dude ever, but all of that I was just like, oh God, my heart is not right here in my living room. It is elsewhere, that's a big thing. But I'm so grateful for the memories. I'm so glad that we've been able to do it and to share it with other people. Like, that's a really big thing.
So thank you, everybody, for helping everybody else. That was stuff I see Derek was talking to Francis about looking for some good nerd content with Epic and PC.
That's cool.
That's good. SCTVs, he blowed up real good. I remember that one. Not for some reason now I want to go see Super Dave Osborne. Oh, nice. Oh, we are kind of a little bit behind. Sorry about that.
So behind.
So someone was saying about the bourbon passport and with the distillery stamps. Yes, there's also the tequila passport in Santa Fe you can do. But yeah, I'd be all for a group bourbon tour.
That. Well, I'm up for it. Just let me know when, because bourbon's one of my favorites. Our friends from Italy came, Nando and Elena, when they came for Thanksgiving 5 years ago when I had my biggest kidney stone ever.
Yeah,
and I promised
it was
Elena
like a boulder.
a Thanksgiving, and I gave her a damn Thanksgiving.
And Elena, they've been like they make us look like hermits. They've been to like 7,000 countries.
No, they're like approximately 200, and they have been to like 135.
No more than I mean they spend.
No, really.
Well, okay, but anyway. Okay. But her dream, even with all her travels, the only thing she ever wanted was an American Thanksgiving. And so we gave her...
I did not let a 1 centimeter kidney stone in surgery stop that.
That's right.
I was like, we are trucking through. I don't care
it was
how
everything.
I
It was
do
the most amazing thing, from the sweet potato souffle and the turkey and all the stuff. And then my buddy Jeff. So my buddy Jeff shows up occasionally in our videos because we travel together a lot. And he's like, well, we got to have the bourbon stuff. And they've done the bourbon trail already. But Jeff comes and Jeff buys all this great bourbon. So we had 6 bottles? Everybody was just gone.
We were wasted.
We were. I mean, it was
everybody that even walked into our house was wasted because there were 17,000 bottles of bourbon. I mean, it was insane. But
it was all good bourbon too. Because bad bourbon, you're like, I'm good. This is that's really
Jeff.
smooth.
And
that's
so
really
it
nice.
created a tradition. Jeff does it every year, and if we're in the country, we do it with him.
Yeah,
we're often gone during Thanksgiving, but if we're home for Thanksgiving, there is a bourbon tasting happening after dinner. And actually, we do dinner sort of early, like noon, 1. Then we drink bourbon. Everybody takes a nap for obvious reasons. And then we all have the leftovers.
We're
one of the
munching later
best
to get through it.
Thanksgivings ever, I think. It was so fun.
Nick D, I'm with you. The Hobbit should be one movie. That's my controversial take for the day. Racial Sites, what do you think of all-inclusive resorts? Have a trip booked to Cozumel. And we're super excited. For a place like Cozumel, you're fine because it sets you up really well. If you were right in Cancun, there's a lot of other stuff to do you might want to go explore. But from Cozumel, you can actually see some sites too. But for me, all-inclusive resorts, it really depends where you are. Like if you're in Dominican Republic, you got to do all-inclusive. But some places you don't have to. I think Cozumel, you'll be fine. What I would recommend is talk to the workers and ask them what's the actual local food they actually have. Because they might have Mexican food, but it'll be more Tex-Mex than real Mexican. I know I was at the Moon Resort in Cancun, and I was talking to people like, is there anything local here? And they're like, oh, so you see all this stuff here. You walk around all that, you go to that window there, and you ask for this. And I'm like, oh.
We had some great stuff last time when we were down there, and it was literally because we're asking random people on the street.
They're go to that guy's place.
Yeah.
And we ate
not that blue taco place over there, the green one next to it. That's the one you want.
And it was straight up don't, because there was one that was it had a bar and stuff. This one is it's they roll up the thing and it's just a little stand. And they had 4 tables. And that's where because we didn't stay at all because we resort that time in Cancun.
Several times.
Yeah, we ate there 5 or 6 times.
5 or 6. We were only there 5 days. We ate there about once a day. There was a couple days we ate twice, but maybe we might have skipped a day.
But because it was so legit, it was just nice.
Good night, Catherine.
So Francis, I'm a sucker for the old cartoon from the 70s, so The Hobbit all the way. Andy Serkis did a charity live stream reading the whole book. That was nice. Yeah, I liked how he did that.
Yes, Loire Valley is just absolutely incredible. I just really enjoyed, and driving through it, we had a good time for all of that. So
Emperor King says, it's great to watch Walter's World for a long time. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Francis says, this community is sanity for me, 100% when I'm sad and when I miss travel. I find you all online. It's family. It is, and we just want to, and then the love and the
beautifully written
and the
book.
positive.
What a nice thing to say.
Yeah.
I love you guys. I love what you have created. I tell you that a lot. It's just such a big thing. Need to go to New Zealand.
Mo
said.
Mo's up at
I would.
It's noon now.
C.S. Lewis, I think. Author of Narnia, is born in Northern Ireland, and the house he grew up in is next to mine. Shut the front door, Mo. That is so cool. C.S. Lewis is such an incredible writer, and so as much as you guys are all into Lord of the Rings, Narnia is my jam. I love Narnia, and I love it. If you go, I love every bit of it. That's all.
Hot take: Liz has not read The Hobbit. Loser.
It's okay, neither have I. But I've read Narnia several times, all of it, including the Magician's Nephew, which most people don't read.
Oh, and I always enjoy Mark's video from Ottawa, Canada. So I have that one, and I have a Love and Hates that I haven't put out yet. It's from that same trip because we never could figure out the 5th hate. So one of the people on here was gonna they sent me some stuff, but I already had it. So we're trying to figure out a 5th hate. So
of Ottawa.
I know.
Isn't Philippe from Ottawa?
Yes. Yeah, Philippe was sending me stuff. That's what was so. Yeah, but I already had like what we already had. I'm like, dang it, I gotta find something else. I don't want to ever tell you, but I was like, I already have that one. I always feel bad.
Yeah.
Oh, good. We're finally caught up. Derek votes for Castles and Ale Tour. Yes, and yes, I could go for that for sure.
You know what? I would just be happy to tour anything outside of Champaign-Urbana.
Yeah.
Right
now. Well, that's when they
so
Sandra's coming up here, but part of me is like, I wish you would have said no, and we just could go down there next week and be down there for a week, and then
we can drive down with them. When they leave here,
fine.
We can just drive down, maybe.
There we go.
So, one of my very dearest friends, if you are late joining, I don't know, did I say it at the beginning?
Yes, Eliz, you did hear that correctly. Eliz has not read The Hobbit, and she calls herself a traveler, a wanderer.
I haven't read The Hobbit either. It's okay. It's fine.
I don't read the collected works of Dante, and you're upset.
I've read C.S. Lewis.
Exactly, so it's all good.
Tolkien, C.S. Lewis.
I know they're buddies. It's all good. It's all good.
Okay, so can I take one and not the other?
So Daniel says he can come up with 5 hates of Ottawa. So hook me up, my brother.
There's a fifth we need. Yes,
Galvin to gals are heading out. They got a long day. Yeah, dude, it's like 11 o'clock there.
Good night, gals.
Night, gals.
Enjoy your time in Seatown. I'm kind of jealous. Oh, I'm a lot jealous. Ooh. Okay.
Christian, we pack carry-on, so I don't know if you're going to fit in a carry-on bag. So if you can do that.
Oh, my goodness. If you go to my uni library, Mo says, Queen's University in Belfast, there is a section where you can enter the wardrobe, and it's a small reading room in dedication. Shut the front freaking door. OMG, we are so doing that. Mo, when we come up there to Belfast, you're going to take me and you're going to show me the wardrobe. And I'm probably going to scream. I know I shouldn't, but I'm going to get all sorts of nerdy on you.
So the Habit Master points X, we're all talking about these trips and stuff like to go places in my backyard. It's booking up very quickly. So you're going to get Resi's in soon. I love it. So Thomas hasn't been out of Champaign County since March. We hadn't gone until 2 weeks ago when we went to my parents' house and her mom's house.
We spent 10 days in Adams County, not terribly far away.
Yeah, the other side of the state. So Jeremy said, hey, do you ever think the rail system in the U.S. will ever compare with Europe? No, I do not.
Heck no.
Because it's too big. Because in Europe you have, with the individual countries, they're like, look, we bring a rail system for our country, and so we're going to focus on our country. And then from there, it's just connecting the ones. Whereas in the U.S., we'd be trying to build over this entire country. You wouldn't have Illinois trying to make sure all of Illinoisans can get all around Illinois on train. So I don't think it will never be like that. Now you'll have certain areas that could be like in the Northeast of the U.S. or California. You could have things like that. But right now,
it's just too much to encompass. The other big thing is that most rail lines in the United States are used by short line railroads. A lot of it's for freight transportation, and so the rail that already exists is not conducive to passenger rail that is high speed. It is slow, heavy traffic is what those rails are actually made for, and from an engineering standpoint, it's like a whole different ball game. So, it would be really, it'd be starting from scratch almost.
Yeah,
right?
And that's why you'll see with the TGVs, they built all separate rail, and it took 30 years for it to become what it is.
Yeah.
Because you need that whole other separate rail system versus the trains that are already there. I want to give a shout out to Joseph Tyree, who's here. Glad here with your whiskey in hand. Very nice, my bud.
You know what, Joseph? Every time you're on, there was a coach, Coach Tyree in Washington, Missouri, where I went to high school for a year. And every time I see you on here, I think of him. He was a super cool guy. Anyway, just, giving you that. Okay, Mo says he'll send us pictures on the Facebook group chat of the C.S. Lewis Square in East Belfast, too. Nice. I got sculptures.
Yeah, because we're supposed to go there in the
Ice
fall.
Queen. Oh, my gosh.
If we can get Liam his passport, we'll be there in the fall. Mo, just so you know.
Can everyone just say a tiny little prayer that we can manage that? Because if I have to stay here much longer, I'm gonna lose my shit. I mean stuff.
And it's
really mean stuff.
And that's why part of me today was like, let's just like I went to the chiropractor with Caleb, and it's our friend of ours, a chiropractor, and he's got a map, a U.S. map on the wall. It's like places where he's spoken at and where he's gone to conferences. And I'm looking there, and I'm like, dude, we could just like drive down to Savannah tomorrow. Like, let's just go, you know. And then Santa's coming up, so I'm like, damn it, we can't just go down there.
But this is the first time. Actually, this is the first time
ever
Sandra's ever come to see me.
Did they come to our wedding?
Well, there were work things going on that she couldn't. Part of that was because I had left work, and she had a lot to take over because.
You're irreplaceable.
I am irreplaceable. What would you do without me?
I would die.
You talk a lot more.
I would die.
And nobody would take
But I wouldn't die because I would need to raise our boys so they knew that their mom was the most wonderful woman ever.
I love you so much.
I love you too.
You're my favorite.
But you know, Emperor King says, Mark and Jocelyn, my Mandarin is going. I know some words. Awesome. Shia, yeah. So are you doing the pinging, or are you doing you learning the actual characters?
He was learning the characters.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, dude, that's awesome.
I remember that.
Yeah, because we were talking about that. Yeah, we were talking about that at the beginning of this stuff. Awesome. That is so cool.
Chris Bates, I agree. Japan has the best trains, and Thomas Reiser is a big modern train fan. And we were talking the other day at Barnes and Noble that Japan is the place you've got to go for trains. China has some good trains too.
But pay up to get to first class because because on the fast trains, it's like where we have 2 seats, they have 4.
Yeah, they're just really really packed in China. Japan is less
Mark Finley. Oh my God.
Which is surprising. What?
Mark Finley. No passport sounds like a great time to check out the Virgin Islands or Hawaii. Just saying. Dude.
So I put Alaska on the list. I actually got my Travel Alaska book from them this week.
Mark's bringing the heat tonight.
Well, why can't we?
Thomas Rose, I'm ready to lose mine, and it doesn't help. Yeah, high risk, same here. It's just, it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, the high risk stuff is hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just everybody's,
So Francis is saying, I wanted to travel to so many places this year, so much optimism around Christmas. Christmas. But at the moment, 2021 looks to be a great year since I can save up then. Yeah, I mean.
Use this year to save up for 2021. And, let's all just give the finger to COVID next year. That's right. My thought.
That's another thing, trying to figure out for next year. Because,
you need to do a video on, saving your money this year for next year's travels.
Yeah. You got to see people. You have to put it in ways look, try to put things in a positive light. You've been home. You get Jocelyn and I spend all the time together, all the time, and so a lot of couples never had that chance, and so now they drive each other crazy. It's in China when they first came when they first had their quarantine ended, 8,000 people came for divorce right away. But the thing is, you got a chance to spend time with your family, be with them. That's one thing I thought it really sucked for having to teach all those classes. I didn't get a chance to do much with the boys. It was more I would we get up, I would teach them the homeschooling stuff, and then I had to do my work right after that. So I didn't get a chance to really spend time with them.
And then I would nag at them because that was my part. Was the nagging? It's so fun.
Yeah,
I love being a mom.
Yeah. So anyway, but
with the nagging.
Yes, it's so much fun.
Well, if you would nag, I wouldn't have to.
I was teaching them.
I tried.
Everything.
You're a professor.
I know. That's why I took it.
Far more
That's why I put
than
it on myself, and they did fine.
And they thought I was an
idiot. They got straight at. No, they did not think you were an idiot. They did not think that. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. They just didn't listen to their mom.
Well, that's usual.
That's the thing. So Megan Morris says, thoughts on tickets from Cincinnati, Japan in October for 538. Do you think there's a chance they will actually be open to Americans by then? I don't know.
I'm going to say this, that Japan prior to COVID was exceedingly careful about letting people in. So I'm going to say that going to go out on a limb and just say that's probably not going to happen.
But if you get it, you at least
then
have
you
the
can
money
rebook it for later.
But you won't. You have to pay the higher charge for later. But at least you'll have it.
Yeah, you may have something. Yeah, to make up.
So
right?
Francis is asking 3 months in Europe. You can I keep it under 10K? Yes, you can definitely spend under 10K.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean yes.
Yeah. If you have questions about that, you can always DM us too, and we can talk about it. We can, definitely do that.
So Purdue was looking. I found some Europe Indy round trip because if Indy keeps their Paris flight, you can get that. Like that's one of the things we're looking at. Like now, I'm thinking like for next year. Now that we're it's because usually you can buy tickets up to 11 months in advance. It's like, do we book stuff ahead? Since we have all this credit, I need to use all our credit, especially since our Germany France trip's been canceled. So now there's more credit that's going to be there. So it might be better to do that. Emperor King's. I'm doing the Chinese pinyin. Okay, cool.
Oh, I thought he was doing the symbols. Chris Bates says, I took a very slow train from Los Mochis to Creole, Mexico. Is that right?
Amazing train.
So many bridges in a 360-degree tunnel. That sounds really awesome. Very cool.
So Joseph Tyree, because one asks this for anybody, has anyone done a national park tour of Colorado and Utah? I'm leaving in a few weeks on a road trip with my itinerary is still to be determined. I can't wait to get out of Oklahoma. So look up Our Wander-Filled Life. Grant and Bonnie are friends of mine.
Wander.
Yeah, like they wander around the place. They focus only on, they focus on RV, but really it's national parks. They have all kinds of stuff that'll help you out. Our Wander-Filled Life. Go check them out. If you look at our video, the don'ts of national parks, they did that with me. Or if you look up Walter's World RV Travel, they're in the RV video.
I've done most of those, but I did them. I went to all those places pre-adulthood. So my perceptions of them are probably somewhat altered from the reality. And plus, my dad was driving the RV. It wasn't us. It wasn't like I was doing it myself. So.
Hey Thomas, I hope everything goes well on Friday, my friend. So fingers crossed, everything goes well.
Yeah, he has his surgery on Friday, so everybody keep him in your thoughts and your prayers and send him a little extra love.
That's right.
He had his COVID test because we've all got it. Not we, but anyone who goes in for stuff has to get COVID tested now, right? And they're not fun. It kind of makes me cringe just thinking about it. So you're going to be fine, and we're all here rooting for you. So you'll be good.
So Lori Sim's son just went to Hawaii, didn't have any problems. That's nice to hear.
Qing Dynasty. I ate a lot of Chinese food today. I feel sleepy. Why is that?
MSG is happiness.
Is that what I?
I don't know. So the Habit Master, crazy question. Do you take any weapons like pepper spray or small pocket knives with you for protection? Obviously in checked bags. So I used to have...
What?
I used to have, back in the day, I got this amazing... It was a credit card, but in the credit card it had like a bottle opener and it had the sharpest knife ever. And I would use it to saw off the stuff because I get like the troll feet, so I like to saw it off.
No one needs to know about that.
Anyway, I'm just saying how sharp it was. And it got stolen. But I used to take that everywhere I went, but I never used it for like a weapon, but I had that. But now, no, we don't have anything. Because like some places like pepper spray, it's illegal and you can go to jail for that. So.
Mace, pepper spray, all sorts of those things are illegal to even carry on your person. In many, specifically, I know.
Bye, Sloan Mama.
Good night, Sloan Mama. Several countries in the UK or in the EU that ban them. No, what I do take instead for protection is a lot of MMA training, and I've taken. I remember getting quite tipsy one night, and this guy was mouthing me, and he was first.
We were at a concert.
First, he was hitting on me, and then he started. I wouldn't have it, and so he kind of mouthed me, and I turned around, and I looked at him, I'm like, listen, I can kill a man with my bare hands in 8 seconds.
No, you said
whatever.
You break like 4 of his ribs in 8 seconds, and the guy's like, and I'm standing like, oh, she'll do it, dude. Just letting you know.
I was so mad because he was relentless and just really smarmy. And I was like, just let me show you what I can do. come on, just bring it.
Because she was on fire. I'm like, you go ahead.
Well, that was at the height of my training too, and I was
so you were like, you would have killed the guy.
I mean, if he had like laid a hand on me, I would have. So that's what I take with me is like my hands, just and my mental stability or instability. I don't know. Never had to use it. Praise God. Yeah. So no need for the other stuff.
Yeah. So GK in Massachusetts, you have to have a license to carry pepper spray.
Yep. You know, pepper spray is nasty stuff, and quite frankly, even if you spray it correctly on a person, this guy I dated in college, he became a cop up in somewhere in Chicago area, and part of their training was to be sprayed in the face with pepper spray. And he talked about how awful it was when he got sprayed. He said, but every single person near, like if there were 5 people, including the person spraying and the person being sprayed, everybody had like some reaction to it because it gets in the air and it's that bad, you know? So that's some nasty stuff, really. I mean, it's good that it's not lethal, but anyway, it's scary stuff. So
yeah. So yeah. Anyway.
All right.
How are you doing?
Lori says, I have less fear in Europe than walking in LA. You know, it depends on where you are. I really feel like, you know, there are some places, I have been in cities in Europe and I turned a corner and I'm like, oh my good Lord, this is not where I should be. You know, and I've had that feeling in a lot of places on pretty much every continent.
Yeah, and that's why that's what we tell people. It's like people are like, oh, how can you go there? It's so scary. So I'm like, dude, there's bad places all over the world, and there's good places all over the world. You just gotta have like a good feel for it and ask. And there's nothing wrong to ask. Like if you get your map, like if you're, because let's be honest, if you're going to a city, you're like, look, usually the tourist places are not the dangerous parts of town, but like if you tell them to me, I want to explore the city, I want to go more than just tourist spots. Where should I go and where shouldn't I go? They're like, you know what, you might want to avoid this part of town. Like they might not straight out say like this is where you don't want to go, but they're like, you know what, I wouldn't go here. I'd go focus.
Or they just talk about the place you should go, so you just kind of assume that everything outside of that is a no go. And you'll know, but that's a big thing is just paying attention to your gut, right?
So the Habit Master has the 3rd-degree black belt in Taekwondo, but that could go wrong. Yep, that's true.
That's cool. Caleb has a 1st degree.
Mo's got a black belt in karate. Nice.
Very cool.
I'm not fit now, so you're fitter than me, my friend. You're good at fit.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Sue's heading off to bed. Night, Sue.
Yeah, it could always go wrong. Good night, Sue. Have a good evening and sleep well.
Yeah. We're probably going to take off here in a sec as well.
Yeah, I'm getting sleepy. It's 10 o'clock. You know, the last, I think it's really, we went to your parents' house. Mm-hmm. There's something about going to Mom and Dad Walter's house where I sleep better. I go to sleep early and it resets everything. Actually, that's where we should go after a trip. We should just like fly into Quincy. No, that wouldn't be good.
Well, yeah, but you're right.
A few
days after, if you're there.
After we drop all our stinky clothes and like shower, go to your parents' house for a couple days because it's a whole like mental and physical reset when we're in Quincy.
Yeah. So Francis, everywhere you go, as Mad Eye Moody says, constant vigilance. I actually use that line in my marketing class because I talk about how to like manage your brand and manage your personal brand and manage your social media. And it's funny because now the suits I'm having now are so, like, because you think about it, when Harry Potter was huge through like 2000 to 2010, you figure those kids were probably 10, 12 to like 22 or older, like our age, that really loved it. And so like that huge thing went through, and the last movie was in 2011. And now 9 years later, the kids that weren't super huge Harry Potter fans are coming through. So the constant vigilance, which everyone was like, yeah! Now they're like, what? Oh, right. Like, I'm like, oh, Harry Potter's not as popular.
In Greek, isn't that sad?
Yes, it is sad.
In Greek, we say tomatia tacita, your eyes for, so 2 in front and 2 in back all the time. That was my great-grandmother's thing, tomatia tacita. Yeah. I mean, I think all Greeks say it, though.
Oh, Juan Rodriguez in Colombia is here.
Hello, Juan.
Juan, you show up when we're about to sign off. Okay, so we'll stay on for another. We're gonna stay for a few minutes. So, Juan, get some questions out to us. We have some stuff to talk about.
How are things in Colombia?
Yeah, how y'all doing down there? Because now that everything's got messed up, our plan to Cartagena and Bogota and Medellin have gotten kind of thrown up in the air. So
I'm really disappointed because I really, really have wanted to go to Cartagena for a long time. Our neighbor Nellie is from Cartagena, and she's she grew up in Cartagena and then moved to Bogota when she was like in her teen years. So between the two. Anyway, I really, really wanted to go there.
Oh, Terry has to go to work twice this coming week. I'm sorry, Terry.
2 times.
I'm sure Mark will take care of the house while you're gone, and when you come home, we'll have a fantastic meal for you because he loves you so much. Oh, so Purdue, I dropped off my wife at Harry Potter Studio tour northwest of London and went and drove to Silverstone Circuit. Oh, the Silverstone Circuit and single-seat racer car? I think cool. Everybody won on that one. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome.
That's a pretty good thing right there. Enjoyed that.
Francis. Yeah, Francis Potterhead here too. We actually, so when we went to Quincy, we have there's only a few books left from my book collection because we brought my stuff here and she and her stuff are with us. But I've read the first Harry Potter. I've read it in English, German, Spanish, Portuguese, and Lithuanian. So I have all 5 versions of the copies. And the first Harry Potter book I got, my friend Jen. What?
Nothing.
What? You say you're a jerk?
I said I hate you because you know what? You've read it in 5 languages.
And it's different in all of them. Some translations are better than others. The Spanish translation is really good. The Portuguese is okay. Italian was okay. The Italian was actually more fun. The people's names were gave more away because you're oh, that foreign language. Oh yeah, Sirius. Oh, Dog Star. Gotcha. It made more sense.
See.
Later on. But I remember my friend Jen. She's because I lived in Germany. She lived in Germany in the same dorm as me. She's you're going back home. She's look, go grab a Harry Potter book and you should read it on your flight. And I'm yeah, whatever. And so I bought some magazines before my flight because I was flying from Germany back to the U.S. And
I bought my first Harry Potter book in an airport too.
Exactly. And so actually we have the version with us.
I have mine. Yeah. And I have mine from yours is from England.
Mine's from England.
Ooh, because you're with that girl.
No, could I finish the story, you psychotic crazy woman? So anyway, my friend Jen was hey, you should read this Harry Potter stuff. It's really great. I'm yeah, whatever. I mean, I was in college. So I was I want to drink, so whatever. Market, yes, I am drinking Vice Stefana. Thank you very much. Da-da-da-da. I'm actually having the Hefeweizen, so I have that one. Anyway, so she told me about it, and I got Men's Health and GQ and all this kind of magazines to read on my flight, and this is before everyone had their personal screen. So I'm I'll do that. And then of course, when I was going to the airport, I put all my the suitcase with a zipper on the outside. I put all the magazines in the front there, zipped up, and I checked my bag and forgot about it. So when I got to, because I was flying from Berlin to Frankfurt, Chicago, St. Louis. And I'm so when I'm in Frankfurt, I'm wandering around. I'm I need something to read because the movies that were on were crap because you had the one screen. And I'm what's there? I'm okay, Jen told me about this Harry Potter thing. Fine, I'll get it. So I grabbed a paperback version of book of it at the airport in Frankfurt, read the entire book cover to cover on the flight from Chicago or from Frankfurt to Chicago. I'm oh, this is awesome. Got home, and so we drove so I would get home 10 o'clock at night. They picked me up in St. Louis. We drive home. Went to Walmart the next morning. Got book 2, 3, and the Goblet of Fire just came out in hardback that weekend or the weekend before. So they had the big stand there at Walmart.
I read it before you because there was not that many books out when I read it. I have to beat him because you read it in 5 damn languages.
Here's your reward. You don't drink beer. Oh my God! Oh, that bottle's empty. So, that's not empty.
There's a little sip.
My goodness, she's drunk, folks. She took a drink of beer. So I actually ended up reading. So I got those. And so I got them in the morning. I read 2, 3, and 4 back to back to back. And I might have slept 2 hours. So like when I got 4, I didn't sleep. Like I started reading it in the morning, read it all day, did not go to sleep the next night. Still remember it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I've been reading for 20 hours straight, but there's only like 100 or 200 pages left or 150 pages left. It was like 150 because Goblet of Fire is pretty thick, and I'm like, I'm gonna finish it. And so I read all the way through, and I'm like, what's the next one? And it wasn't for like another 2 years. And I'm like, yeah. And it's funny because my friend Jen, who's the biggest Potterhead, I went and saw the first movie with her in Germany, and she was so pissed because she's like, they had everything. All she was pointing out everything that was wrong. So it was kind of interesting. So while I was saying 43,000 cases of COVID there in
Purdue has
Columbia.
driven some really interesting 40. That's, well, I want to say that's not too bad as I look at Illinois with our 90,000 cases or something. I feel like we're doing okay. And then Purdue was saying that he has driven some really cool race courses.
Emperor King. I know. He's some cool stuff.
My dad just bought. So my dad's a car dealer. So really the dealership just bought a Shelby Cobra. And it's the first time I think that my dad's ever gotten a cool car that I haven't asked to drive it because I'm actually afraid of the Shelby. Like that just, I don't think I can handle that. Also, I don't think he's going to let me because I might have wrecked 1 or 2 cars.
But, I'm the one that gets in trouble for it. Anyway, so Mark Finley's saying, I saw the video of Liam eating with chopsticks the other day. It was so cute. Yes, it was. He was so proud. God, he got him, and then he would grab the noodle off the chopsticks and then eat it.
He was such a precious thing. He only ate noodles and rice the entire time we were there, except for when we went to that German restaurant.
And the kid ate 2 full plates of sausages. It was insane.
He did, and it's funny because he'll eat Indian food, like there's no tomorrow, but he doesn't like Chinese food, and he loves German food, and he's French food is really good. I mean, it's funny how my kids will they'll try anything. They have to try everything. Yeah, we'll that's our rule.
There's no.
You have to at least taste everything.
And they'll be like, I don't like them. Like, no, you gotta take a real bite. None of this
right.
That doesn't fly in my house.
You have to take something, chew it, swallow it, and if you don't love it, okay, but you have to try everything. That's just the way we are.
Oh, Laura used to read Harry Potter books when she was teaching. That's cool with the kids.
Mark is actually reading us the first Harry Potter book. Mark reads to us a lot, and
yeah, the last big series we did all 13 books of How to Train Your Dragon,
which is not as good as the movie. I've never said that before,
and it's totally different than the movie too. They did a much better job with the movie than the book.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. So Mark is reading us Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone because it is it's the English book. UK version.
Oh, Purdue GT 500 Shelby. My avatar is Shelby. My first car. My first car was a Cutlass Sierra Oldsmobile 1984.
Your first car was a Shelby?
Purdue. Well, Purdue. They're fancy.
Who does that?
He's fancy.
Holy crap!
Well, this is my first house I've had. So it's a nice house. Maybe it's like that. Never had a car. Finally could get one. Boom. There you go.
My first car. Oh,
so there's one here. Wrangler. So Francis is saying, Tolkien in different languages. I need a Tolkien collection, whole shelf to start it. So I did read the Silmarillion in Spanish, and it was the most confusing. Well, Silmarillion's confusing anyway, but reading in Spanish was what the hell? So sometimes some things don't always translate well. I'll tell you that right now. And Tolkien does not translate as well as Harry Potter does. But it also could be that the translations are done at a time when it's instead of more direct translation, it's feeling translation, so you get a better feel of what's going on. So there's that. Yeah, Means to Travel. Was anyone else a little underwhelmed by the Elephant House in Edinburgh, birthplace of Harry Potter? Yeah, I was too. I didn't realize that was the place, and I found out later I'd been there 3 times.
Wait, what?
The cafe where she came up with Harry Potter. And now she's saying, well, that's not really where I came up with that. That's just one of the places I was working, where blah, blah, blah. She keeps changing the story all the time, so who knows?
Lori says, my son never ate a McDonald's burger, only chicken nuggets.
Well, at least you got
Liam's best friend's like that. He only eats the nuggets.
And
Although,
today
he
he
had a burger.
had, and he goes, that burger's pretty good.
Yeah.
And I think his dad probably had a heart attack. He's like, what?
I don't think that's ever happened before.
Oh, Bruce, that is awesome. So Bruce Dimon, I narrated the first Harry Potter book and put it on CDs for my daughter to listen on a long car trip from Pennsylvania to Walt Disney. That's awesome, Bruce. That is awesome.
So cool.
I think she still has. She better damn well still have those damn CDs, and she better put that on MP3s and for the grandkids. That is awesome to have. Yeah, my mother-in-law did. Your mom did that. She read some books because there's like these books you can like record your voice. So you know what I mean?
You can like read the book and you give the book and it's got your voice as they turn the page. The voice goes. But what a beautiful thing to give someone. We should do that for our kids.
U.S. Marine Corps 22. I'm headed off to
Mahalo. Ora.
I guess that's a place in Hawaii.
Mahalo.
I'm not as cool. I don't know. I need to go there. I need to find out. I need to leave Illinois.
I'm heading off. Mahalo.
Yeah.
Ora.
Yeah.
That's goodbye.
Oh, that's goodbye. Okay. Well, good night.
Good night.
Thank you for everything.
Marine
And thank you for your
Corps.
service.
Thank you for you and your family because this whole family's in the service, as I remember.
Oh, that is true.
Yeah.
Derek points out, I was going to say the Silmarillion in English was tough. Yes, it was. And it was even tougher in Spanish, man. Yeah, it was confusing. Yes. Yeah, Tolkien had his ways. Tolkien has his way. Yeah. Thomas saying she came up with on a train. Yeah. So, anyway. All right.
Oh, yes. Bath after reading Northanger Abbey. So Northanger Abbey was my first Jane Austen novel. And wow. Going to Bath after that was really cool.
Like Francis, I came up with my book in the pool. I come up with my ideas for my scripts wherever I have a second. So it's in the bed when I'm writing things down. It's in the bathroom. It's in my office. It's walking down the street. Actually, I'll go on walks sometimes to like really kind of think about like I've taken all this stuff in about some of our trips, like especially lately with all the quarantine stuff. Like I have to think about it. Here's the information I want to get across, and I want to make sure I have it in a fun way, in a positive way, and like. So I'll talk to myself when I'm walking, which keeps people away from bothering me when I walk, which is kind of funny.
Hi, sugar lips.
So, hoorah!
And then he comes home and he goes, and he launches into a tirade. Not really a tirade, just like this, shut up, Mark, just verbal diarrhea thing happening.
Who?
Hey, nothing, darling. And I'm like, what's the subject?
Oh, me. All right, yeah.
After you go on a walk and you come home and you're like,
yeah, I've had 19 conversations with myself.
And I'm like, wait, stop. What's the subject? Because I have absolutely no flipping idea.
Oh, Purdue. I didn't know that. You used to get audiobook rentals at Cracker Barrel, and you can turn them in any other Cracker Barrels there.
So they still do that with DVDs, too.
I would do that. That's cool.
Or at least they did.
Because I remember Tom Clancy. I read a bunch of Tom Clancy in high school, and that was a funny thing. It's like, because I used to be a ferocious reader. I used to read a ton, and now I don't read anywhere near like I used to, hardly at all, because I have so much work, and I have so much work for reading for works. If you're writing a paper, or if you're doing the stuff, it's
Research
just
for the Walters world.
Yeah, I have like 50, 60 books like that came during this break just on social media marketing. So I'm reading that. So it's not really fun reading. But when I was
like a dozen or two.
Yeah, sorry, true. Sorry, 24 books.
You need a bigger library.
Yes. I'm not going to put social media marketing books in our library. That's like lame.
I have all my preservation books.
Yeah, those are cool. My office can hold the marketing books. I don't. So I have my own books. I write my own textbooks, and I don't even put those in there. Like no one needs to see that. So Lee Bridges finally made it. I had to fix my assistant's payroll problem. I'm glad it worked out. I'm glad we're still on to say hi.
Chris Frank is going to bed. Good night.
Night, Chris.
Sleep well.
So Emily, San Juan recommendation with kids. You were in San Juan, Puerto Rico. I have not been.
Okay. Can you read Juan's, because there's a verb in there that I don't know. So San Juan, Puerto Rico with kids. Very easy to do. A lot of the people in San Juan and the major cities are going to speak English as their second language, so navigating terrain is pretty easy. I did not have the kids when I was there, there's a really cool fort, and so there's that. There's some good shopping and some cool little places, like in the old historic area. The other thing that I would do is head out to a small coastal town and just enjoy the beach and get some like the less touristy culture, great foods and things all over the island. It is not super cheap. It is less expensive than the U.S. for sure. It's Caribbean, so there are going to be things that are less expensive, and there are going to be places that are really expensive. Right. I found that the food, whether I went to a fancy place or a not so fancy, like mom and pop kind of place, was equally as good no matter how much you paid for it. So I just opted for the mom and pop places. Plus, I like knowing that the person who's making my food is the person I'm supporting with my money. So that's a good thing. But I would definitely recommend it.
So Lee Bridges, Walter's World is better than Payroll Problems, but it took for a freaking ever to do it. I completely understand. I totally know. So Juan says, Mark and Jocelyn, I'm from Medellin, Colombia. Yes. You should come to Colombia one day.
Oh, it's this word?
Debería?
Debería?
Yeah, you should.
Should.
You should.
Okay. We were thinking we were coming.
For Christmas, but...
Yeah, well, it was either going to be Christmas or our February trip, not spring break. The February trip, because the kids have that we have like a 5-day thing. So we don't know anything because things are getting pushed back. A lot of the things we can't cancel, so we're rebooking, and so we're just like one after the other, and it sucks. We'll be there. I really want to go to Medellin.
Chris Bates, girlfriend before his wife, was from Colombia.
Oh,
it's such beautiful.
Cool.
It's been there. See, I translated right. Juan said exactly what I said. So Francis says, any tips, ideas on Hungary? I'm trying to get this stuff to work. So I have the me talking parts of all my Hungary videos. I have all that, but all my B-roll has been lost. So I'm trying to figure out how to get the B-roll back. And that's what's keeping me from getting those out to help you out. But I don't see how the
last time I was in Hungary, it was
winter. It was Christmas
stay in
time.
Buda, not Pest. Or is it the other way around?
Stay in Pest, not Buda.
Yeah. Stay in Pest.
Anyway. All right. Yeah, we can go tomorrow. That's fine.
Yeah, I need to get... I'm out of Chinese 5 Spice, so we'll definitely go. I also need my masks. By the way, if you have an Asian market, they have the best face masks. The ones with royal jelly are really good, ladies. Or men who care about their faces.
When she says face mask, it's about this kind of face mask.
Like,
we're actually selling
skin masks.
Yeah, we're like the face masks for like when you go out. We actually have those on our site now. Apparently.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. No, I meant the pretty girl, make your face pretty mask. Yeah. All right, hugs. Y'all be good.
We're all hitting the wall right now. Food tourism was given. Yes, I need food from all over the world. Luckily, Simply Jocelyn is helping us out that way. So
we've got a couple more. What's coming up this week?
So you've got the mayo, Jocelyn's Love of Mayo, coming out, I think, either tomorrow or Friday.
That's like a 2-second, but it'll make you laugh.
And then there's...
Tiramisu's coming.
Hopefully tiramisu will be out on Saturday. And then next week, I'm hoping... They're really long. Like Jocelyn is learning the importance of editing now, so she's watching the videos. Like, I should talk.
I'm learning. I need to shut up sometimes.
Yeah, because
shut up, Jocelyn.
It's like 45 minutes for a thing that doesn't take 45 minutes, so it's a pain. So hopefully we'll have a Portuguese chicken next week, and then some drinks. And then with your buddy Donna, we'll get some other videos coming.
Yeah, my friend Donna.
I've got there's 7 more food videos coming. One is Caleb and I doing a spicy noodle challenge, so we'll have some fun stuff there. Mo, I'm not going to tell you good night. I want to tell you good morning. So I love you, buddy.
Get some coffee.
Moshe, good to see you. Thank you for everybody here. Terry, thanks for coming.
Lee,
Peter, good to see you on there.
Liz, Katie,
thank you, everybody. Juan, buenas noches.
Ronnie,
Joseph,
Mark.
Tom, of course.
Yes. Good night.
Thanks everybody for everything. We will see you next time. I think what we might do for a fun one is we might put it over on Jocelyn's channel. So then, because I think we have it on Simply Jocelyn. I announce it on for you all, and then we can let some of the like nicer fans, like they'll come over, so it can be a little more limited than the craziness that happens on Walter's World. So we can have like a pseudo private, pseudo whatever, so we can do that.
Oh,
so
we're gonna have a limited release for just the people we love.
Oh, Thai peanut sauce. Francis, you're killing me. I so want that now. Oh.
Ciao, Kalinita. Good night, Megan.
Derek, my
Chris,
cooking style is
Lori.
best described as just add more garlic. Derek, I'm sure Liz really loves that. Oh, Daniel, good night, buddy.
Is that
Thank
did
you.
they teach you that in the CIA?
That's right. Hides everything. Or
It's
does
also
he
really
hunt
good at,
vampires and the extra garlic protects him?
It's also
Or is he just saying that
antibacterial
because he is a vampire?
thing. Ooh, she married Edward Cullen. All right, hugs to you all. Thank you for joining us.
Right.
We appreciate your friendship.
Go dogs, Darian.
Go
Love you, buddy.
dogs. Good
All
night,
right, night,
Darian.
everybody.